All right.
Good afternoon, bubbly boys and ghoulish gals. We're welcoming you here on this lovely Saturday afternoon to Harold O. Zimmern Field here at the Ellis Oval in beautiful sunny Medford, Massachusetts. We're bringing you a lovely NESCAC game against the Tufts Jumbos and the Amherst Mammoths.
My name is Bobby Lovich, and I will be the color commentator today. And I'm here with Tom Jazzy J. Jasonowski, who will be bringing you the sweet sound of his voice for play-by-play.
That's right. You're going to be getting a big old load of Tom and Bobby today for this college football matchup here between the Tufts Jumbos and Amherst Mammoths. As we just saw the coin toss, we're going to get the national anthem here in a second. So, Bobby, as our color commentator, why don't you give us a little bit of what you're excited for in this game?
Well, first, I'm excited for the national anthem, so let's pause.
Let's pause.
Let's pause. It's not. I think I might fix it. Right now, just all right. That's perfect, Daniel. I'm gonna cut you right now, actually. All right, Ethan. Here's one of those moments where I'm gonna ask you to get a shot. Zoom in on the American. I'm not on you right now, Ethan. I just got to do it. Zoom in on the American flag for me. All the way. And I'm gonna tell you cut you. I'm gonna cut you. Just stay there for a second, and then slowly zoom out back to your original shot. That make sense?
We just heard a lovely rendition of the national anthem by Tufts' very own pep band. That's a group of students, and I believe it's a student conductor that comes together twice a week to practice and perform at all the football games. They give us the national anthem. They give us some of those stand jams, you know, like the song that goes da-na-na-na-na-na, hey.
I love that song.
I know, that's such a good song. I think there's only one word in the entire song, and it's just hey.
That's why we love it. We know all the words.
You know all the words without even hearing it.
And you know what else we know about Tom?
What?
We know the words to that song, and we know how to have a good time, and we know about some good old jumbo football. So I think we're gonna see a good game today between Tufts and Amherst, and I'm really looking forward to it. So we're gonna bring you some of the keys to the game today for your listening pleasure.
Yeah, these are the Chevrolet keys to the game. Official Chevrolet Chevy truck keys to the game.
Bam, break them out. 1, 2, 3, boom, boom, boom. So we're just going to show them to you. So first things first, Tom, my number one key to the game for the Jumbos is stopping the run for Amherst. Amherst has averaging over 200 rushing yards per game as opposed to about 180 passing yards per game. So Amherst scoring over 30 points per game has a very potent offense, but for them the rush is going to be the key for the Jumbos to stop.
We see a kickoff return here by the Jumbos, taking them about to the 32-yard line there by the Jumbo special teams. That's Jack Dolan there. And Zach Allen made the stop there for the Mammoths.
So coming out now for the Jumbos starting the game on offense, we're going to see junior quarterback Ryan McDonald starting the snap. He's number 12, and he's having a very good year, shooting about 63% completion percentage. He's got 1,485 passing yards on the year, and so we'll see the first play of the game here.
Yeah, just like they say, old McDonald had a farm. He's here in the shotgun. Motions his running back to the right. Breaks up. It's going to be a quarterback draw. Quarterback keeper gets it about to the 37-yard line there. McDonald gets it. And we know he's a dual threat quarterback. He's one of those coveted recruits for a team like the Jumbos. Big, huge frame, about 6'3", stands about 6'3", and able to run and pass. There's McDonald in the backfield with Mike Pedrini. The kids call him Mike Pedrini because he's a great-looking guy. He motions Pedrini out. It's going to be another option. McDonald on the keeper. Wrapped up by the ankle. A little bit of extracurricular activity there from from the Mammoths by Rob Needham.
So, Tom, first 2 plays of the game, the first thing we see are 2 quarterback runs by quarterback Ryan McDonald. And some people might be surprised by this, but to be honest with you, I'm not. And as we've seen throughout the year, Ryan McDonald's been a very big run-heavy quarterback. He's actually the team's leading rusher for the Jumbos. That's rush 101 and 102 on the year.
Yeah, and there's a pass out to Padrini. Padrini bobbles it. They're calling it Amherst ball. Amherst with the interception there. Padrini couldn't get his mitts around it, and it ends up in the hands of Amherst, and that is not what you want to see for the Jumbos early. Big shift in momentum there. Really tough. Matt Durborough there with the interception. That was Durborough. I'm having a hard time finding him on the...
As we saw Padrini trying to catch the pass, and he just bobbled it up and down, giving the defense a couple extra chances to catch it. Padrini, the freshman running back, put into action this year, forced when Don Borelli got hurt after week 2. So Padrini playing in his 7th game now. Jumbos have really been relying on him, and it's a tough break for the freshman running back.
Yeah, Ollie Eberth takes the snap. It's going to be a quarterback keeper by Eberth. Eberth takes it up to the Jumbos 33. And Ollie Eberth taking it up, looking like the Jumbos offense there with the quarterback option. And we're going to see it was 7 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 3 here for the Mammoths coming up. And we know Eberth is a dual threat, and we know he loves to run the option. Both teams employing that kind of late 90s college football offense with the triple option, a lot of runs here. Eberth fakes the give, pitches it out wide to Hassani Figueroa. Figueroa with the stiff arm gets enough for the first down, I believe.
Figueroa doing a good job running to his left. He was very patient on that. Sometimes we see with the best running backs, they'll just zip it fast as quickly as they can, just sprint forward, but he was very patient following his blocks, putting out his arm, his stiff arm. He said, "Not today, sir," and he just made some room for himself.
Yeah,
good run.
Hassani Figueroa, name kind of sounds like Dasani, like the cool, crisp taste of Dasani water. Hassani Figueroa bringing us the taste of Dasani water on these runs.
Got to stay hydrated if you want to play well, right, Tom?
That's right.
That's what I always say.
Dasani, a Coca-Cola brand. As Eberth takes a snap, hits his receiver. That was, I believe, number 5. That was James O'Regan.
Alex LaPiana with the tackle, the junior defensive back from Charlotte, North Carolina with the tackle, as we see a couple of yards on that gain for Amherst.
Yeah. Yeah, Tyler Scales as well joining in on the tackle. Gang tackling is one of the more important
team effort.
Team effort, yeah. Getting the entire team in on every single tackle is what the Jumbos would love to see.
The 1-2 punch. I'll take the left, you take the right, Tom, and we'll bring them down together.
Jab, uppercut, Eberth with the give to Figueroa. Runs it up, and he's going to get pushed back. Man, you can already see the energy between these two teams. These two teams, I wouldn't call them enemies, but I wouldn't call them friends. I would say these are two big NESCAC rivals, and
indeed they're both up there fighting for the NESCAC championship. Amherst 5-1 in 2nd place. Tufts tied for 4th with a 4-2 record. So this is a big game for both teams as they look to keep their championship hopes alive.
Exactly. Eberth here in the eye, backed by Figueroa and the fullback. The give is to the fullback, taking it up the middle for a gain of 3. Jumbo's defense bending but not breaking here, giving up these short gains. Jack Hickey, the fullback on the carry, and J.P. Garcia, one of the captains, making the stop.
And Tom, I don't want to say I told you so, but we did mention this before the game. Key for the game for the Jumbos would be stopping that Amherst rush, and Amherst certainly has been relying on that running game a lot. Jack Hickey, their leading rusher with 490 rushing yards. Between him and Figueroa, the two of them are a good 1-2 punch. The two of them always taking the snap at the rush.
Fake is to Hickey, thrown by Eberth. A little hit there by, I believe that's number 78, Doug Harrison there with a little hit. And it's going to be 3rd and 5. This is a key stop here for the Jumbos. Eberth here looking to punch it in. As Figueroa checks into the game, we're going to see Eberth and the Mammoths, the Woolly Mammoths, try to channel their inner Ray Romano from Ice Age and run it in here.
Eberth, of course, 58% passing completion on the year. 3rd and 5. Typically, you'd look for a pass here, but with the strength of the Amherst running game, it could be either one, Tom. Could go either way.
Could be. It's a fake. Eberth with the carry. Flips it out to Figueroa. Figueroa takes a big hit there, but gets the first down, and that's enough to give Amherst another 4 chances. And I believe that was 45. La Piana, or no, number 5 on the tackle there. La Piana getting action early, but you don't like to see tackles come from your secondary because that means that they're getting up into the second level, and that is not what you want to see for the Jumbos defense.
Indeed, and good job by Ollie Eberth keeping the change of pace going with this offensive game. And the Jumbos were expecting him to rush it there. He faked the run and then pitched it to Figueroa. So really good job by Amherst keeping the Jumbos defense on their toes.
Yeah, Eberth, there was a false start there. Big yellow flag comes up. Ref looking to get some action.
Yeah, ref threw that flag as we see him running out here. He said, "You can't do that. You can't do that." That's why he threw the flag.
You cannot do that. I'm sorry, sir. You cannot do that. Yeah, the ref looking to get some fantasy points. Chuck that flag about 30 yards in the air. Go in here. What's the call going to be? I think it's a false start on the Mammoths.
Yep, and we all know false starts not allowed, so that's going to be a couple of yards on the penalty there. And we'll see.
No, it must have been on the Jumbos, I guess.
Was that a holding call?
I think it was offsides on the Jumbos, or maybe a holding.
All right, so it's gonna be first down and 1 yard to go. Yeah, it's a holding call.
They give it to Figueroa.
And the stop. The ball comes loose.
Out, but he was probably down. Let's be honest about it.
Figueroa on the carry for
Figueroa goes down. He's at the 1.
So the official ruling is it's going to be second down and 1 yard to go.
And the Mammoths come out in the power formation as Eberth tries to sneak it in. Did he get there?
And the referee's putting his hands up. We hear a yell from the crowd. They didn't think it was good.
1 yard rushing touchdown.
2 hands in the air. That means touchdown for Ollie Eberth. Hello, Ollie.
Hello, Ollie, as we see Amherst with the first 6 points of the game. The score is now 6 for Amherst and 0 for Tufts. Tom, what I saw on that drive was good patience overall by the Amherst offense. Eberth did a good job of following his blocks, not rushing into anything that he didn't have. And when he gave the ball off to Figueroa was very patient in following his blockers and running where he's supposed to.
Exactly. Here we see the extra point try by John Rack. Goes up and through the wickets. That's going to be good.
The extra point is good.
That is Bobby's favorite part of the game.
7-point lead. I love a good extra point, Tom.
Yeah, there's nothing nicer than when you get a nice little 20-yard kick, right, boot it through. That's John Rack giving the people what they want. John Rack. Amherst looked good on that first drive. Obviously, they were handed some really good field position by the Jumbos air, but their offense looked efficient, and it was that running attack. I think we saw 1 attempted pass by the Mammoths there.
Yeah, and we keep talking about that Amherst running attack between Hickey and Figueroa. The two of them, they're just both a 1-2 punch. You know, you think you could stop Hickey, and then they give it Figueroa. You think you stop Figueroa, they give it to Hickey. The two of them have combined for over 110 rushes and over 800 rushing yards this year. So that's 10 rushing touchdowns just between the two of them on the season. And it's going to be quite the task for the Jumbos to stop this rushing attack today if they want to have any chance at winning.
Yeah, and even when you think you got Hickey stopped, you think you got Figueroa stopped, they hit you with the ollie right in the mouth.
Boom.
Ollie comes at you. Ollie Eberth gets you.
All right, so now we're going to have the kickoff, and
Here's
the Jumbos are set to receive.
John Rack booting it deep. We're going to see a return here by the Jumbos, taken out of their own end zone. A fake reverse. Gets a little running room, gets it up to the 25.
All right, so we see the Jumbos almost running a trick play there as we see the kick returner faking a counter, almost handing it off, and the defense almost bit on that, but they said, not quite, you can't trick me, and they stayed following him, and they brought him down about 25.
Yeah, they said happy Halloween, no tricks, just treats today. As they blow up the trick play, and they stop the Jumbos short.
But it could have blown up in the Jumbo's face. They ended up at the 25. You know, not the best starting position in the world, but it's also respectable. You know,
it could have been like that lady on Halloween, or man that hands out apples.
Oh, yeah.
Or toothbrushes. That's what gets you.
Anything better than pencils and erasers, right, Tom?
Yeah.
I hated those people.
McDonald fakes the give, broken play. He busts outside. He's just gonna completes the pass to number 6. That is. Number 6 is Frank Roche there on the reception. McDonald on the broken play. Really, the pass protection broke down, but McDonald made something happen.
I was very impressed by McDonald's poise, and composure there as he was really getting chased down, did a good job not rushing, not panicking, and just waiting for the right throw.
McDonald fakes the give, another broken play, busts it outside. He's going to get some yards here, takes a hit, and that is going to be down at the Jumbo's 33. As McDonald there finding running lanes few and far between. That was a tackle there by number 2, Nate Tyrell, for the Mammoths. As we saw McDonald there really corralling the offense. It's going to be 3rd and 3, and this is critical for the Jumbos. They're already down 7-0. So McDonald has Pedrini in the backfield. He's got De Leon out wide with Jack Dolan and Winton Blunt checked in.
I'm looking for the in route here. I'm looking for a short in route slant pass kind of deal. Let's see what he does.
Fakes the give.
Ooh.
It's on the slant. The ball hits the ground. He could not find his target there. On those 3rd and shorts, that's exactly what you look for. Like the Odell Beckham Jr. slant route, almost a guaranteed first down in Madden 17 every single time, but not there. That does not come through for the Jumbos.
We did see very good press defense there by the defensive backs as they really stayed on their man very well. And it was a good pass by McDonald, but there's some defensive pressure, and so we're going to have to look for a punt here as the Jumbos turn it over on the first attempt of the game.
Hey, we're going to see Alex LaPiana, the punter, double duty. Also, as we've heard, call his name the cornerback. He's going to boot it. Low line drive, fair caught by the Mammoths there. Nothing too exciting on that play, but good special teams play.
Yeah, and that was Nate Tyrell, number 2, the junior from Brooklyn, New York, who received that kick. And a good decision. It was a quick punt, and it looked like he had some space. He probably got a couple more yards if we're in hindsight, but he made this quick snap second decision. I'm just going to call a fair catch. I don't want to get destroyed here. I don't want anyone to hit me on this tackle, and it was a good decision. Don't turn it over. They have good field position, and we'll see where Amherst goes with this as they start in their own 40 or so.
Keeps it. No, the give was to Hickey. Even I got fooled on that one. Hickey pushing forward. Hickey there gaining 3, obviously one of the more powerful back. Figueroa brings the lightning, and Hickey is the thunder, and Eberth is the clouds, I guess, in this analogy. The three-pronged running attack there. As we saw Eberth, Figueroa, and the give there to Hickey. So we're going to see the 3 of them, the 3 amigos in the backfield here. Eberth flanked by Figueroa and Hickey. Fakes the give to Hickey. Eberth looking long. Nothing doing. Out of the reach of, I believe that was number 5, James O'Regan.
So we saw the Jumbos bringing a quality pass pressure, and just like Halloween weekend, they said we're gonna try and scare you, Ollie. We're gonna try and scare you, Eberth. So they brought the pressure, and they said boo. They jumped up in his face, and he thought he was gonna get sacked, so he threw it away. Good decision not to take a loss of yards on the sack there. He tossed it up, did not result in a pick, so could have been worse for Amherst, but we'll see a 3rd and 7 now.
3rd and 7, big 3rd down. Jumbos are going to bring the pass rush here. They know Ollie's going to have to chuck it. Jumbos are going to bring the pass rush. They love these 3rd and longs. Jumbos have a ferocious pass rush. And here comes the rush. Not much. Eberth got loads of time. Throws it out. Big hit there by the Jumbos to limit the Amherst point there. And so Eberth's pass is complete, but it is not going to be enough for the first down. We're going to see Henry Atkinson punting here for the Mammoths.
So that was Bo Santero, the senior tight end, who caught that reception. Smart decision by Santero, trying to make a quick outcut, but just could not get to that first down.
Yeah, as we're going to see another punt here, and we're going to see a return here by the Jumbos. Up in the air. Oh, it's going to be returnable. No fake reverse this time. Pushes forward, and that's going to be some good field position for the Jumbos right at their own 36. There was Jack Dolan, the man, the myth, the legend, Jack Dolan there, running it back to the 36.
So Dolan doing a good job following his blocks, not getting too excited. Sometimes you have a little bit extra candy on Halloween. You get that sugar rush. You want to just go for it. He was very patient, followed his blocks, waited for holes to open up, and that's how he got that extra 10, 15 yards.
Yeah, I heard Jack Dolan ate 6 Reese's Cups before this game. Call me on it. I dare you. But yeah, he's looking energized there. As we're going to see McDonald here, flanked by Pedrini. Here's the snap. The give is to Pedrini. Pedrini up the middle.
And there's a flag on the play. Could it be a face mask?
It was probably a hold. I'm gonna guess. But there's some yellow laundry on the field right now. Refs are discussing what's going on.
And all the players are standing around waiting for a decision to be made by the man in the purple, black and white stripes. Let's see what the call is.
Yeah. Yeah, I think these like 4 guys on the field, I think they dressed up as zebras for Halloween.
I thought they were Foot Locker employees. I wasn't really sure.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, we'll have to ask them after the game, but it's going against the Jumbos.
Oh, wait. Our director's telling us they're just that's just the referees. We just got word. That's actually just the referees.
Are you sure? Because it is Halloween weekend, Brad. We're going to have to check with the technical staff on that one because I'm pretty sure that's a costume.
So the Foot Locker employee's going to call it a holding call. So that'll bring it back. Amherst will accept it, and it's going to be 1st and 10 on the Jumbos 25.
Yeah, one of my good friends from high school worked at Foot Locker, but he only worked there so he could get discounts on sneakers.
After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 22 for the Jumbos.
It's going to be a 1st and 22 for the Jumbos. Big penalty there. McDonald here with Pedrini. Motions Pedrini. Fakes. Give is Pedrini. Pedrini with the stutter step. Pushing forward. Driven by the Tufts line. Pedrini there for a gain of about 6 or 5.
And that was a good run by Pedrini, but I was really impressed there was the block by number 77, Tim Reitzstein. He's actually a tight end. He put a great block on the rush there. The guy passing, playing defense, trying to get through him, looked like he's about 30, 40 pounds bigger than him. But Reitzstein did a really great job of keeping the man out of the way, open up a running lane.
McDonald another give, I believe, to Pedrini. Pedrini busts through for a little hole. Yeah, Pedrini, they're getting another 6. Jumbo's not. I guess they have been rattled. They've been spooked against the passing game by the Amherst defense after that interception. The Jumbo's facing 1st and long, 2nd and long. You'd like to throw a pass there, but the Jumbo's not feeling it.
McDonald averaging 247.5 passing yards per game, but we really haven't seen him attempt to go big today.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 11. He's going to have to. Drops back to pass. Big pass rush from Amherst. Broken play, McDonald getting out. The crowd wants him to throw it. Big block. He's going to buy some time. Jukes a defender. Got nothing. Forcing it into triple coverage there. Almost intercepted again by Amherst. McDonald's receivers just could not get open on that play.
And that was an interesting play as we saw McDonald running around for a good 12, 15 seconds or so. And there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, there's a flag, probably another hold as the coverage, as the pressure really forced the offensive lineman to.
Yeah, and the referee does call a holding, indeed, and the Amherst will decline, and that will force you to go 4 and 11.
4'11", isn't that what your height, Bobby? Or 4th and 11 here. The Jumbos are gonna punt. We're gonna see more Alex LaPiana action here. Just when you thought you had enough of LaPiana, he's coming back out here for another boot.
Got to give credit to that Amherst defensive back squad, really making sure that nobody got open on that, despite all the time that McDonald had.
Nearly blocked. A line drive. Bounce. Takes a Tufts bounce there as the Jumbos surrounded it, and they grab the ball. They say, hey, this is where you're going to be starting your next drive, right where I pick it up. And that's exactly what happens.
Number 2, Nate Tyrell, looked positioned to catch it, and then it took a funny hop. He wasn't really expecting it, and then the Jumbos were going to tackle him, and he said, I'm not going to touch it. You can touch it first. So that's exactly what happened. And so Amherst will receive the ball and start their drive right around, what would you say that is, about the 25-yard line, Tom?
I'd say the 25. Special teams is all about who touches the ball first. That really dictates who does what on special teams. So we're going to see Ollie Eberth here, fakes the give to Hickey, pitches it out to Figueroa. Sniffed out there by the Jumbos defensive line. A great contain there by the Jumbos D line.
And Eberth, really, it seems like he's a big fan of that pitch. We've seen him pitching it back to Figueroa. That's, I think, the 3rd or 4th pitch we've seen in this early first quarter of the game. And the Jumbos are starting to get the hang of it.
Yeah, it was very effective on the first Mammoths drive, but the Jumbos have found it out there. They know the defensive ends just have to bust out wide and contain and wait for the pitch. Let Eberth get 3 if he wants it, but you gotta not let up that big play. You see Eberth has a man in motion. Brings Hickey back into the backfield. Eberth on the keeper. Flips it out wide. And another one contained by the Jumbos defense there. I believe that was La Piana or Timmy Preston. Timmy Preston there with the stop for the Jumbos.
So, you fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. The first couple times they pitched the ball, the Jumbos, they caught them off guard, but Amherst keep relying on that pitch, and eventually the Jumbos are kind of becoming classically conditioned just as Pavlov's dogs, and they're seeing it, and they're reading into it, and they're able to defend it.
I thought it was fool me twice, you won't get fooled again. But
sometimes, you never know.
Yeah. Here we go, Eberth drops back. He's going to step up. He's rushing. He has enough for the first down, and that is...
Hello, Ollie.
That is a big first down there for Ollie Eberth.
Now bring him back to about the 37-ish.
Yeah. Big play there for Ollie Eberth on the 3rd and 7, able to step up. The Jumbos were worried about containing, so they left the middle of the field wide open for Eberth to run through.
Jumbos definitely caught off guard. They were expecting a big throw play there, and Eberth said, "I'm just going to take it myself. I'll just run it. If you're going to give it to me, thank you very much. I'll take it. Trick or treat. I'll have another Kit Kat, please."
Yeah, it was like the Jumbos were the mom that leaves the bowl out and says, "Just take one, please," and Eberth took 7. As the give there to Figueroa goes up the middle, or I believe that was Hickey on the give up the middle. Yeah, so there's a give there, and we're going to see Amherst pick up 5 as they look to keep this drive alive.
And Amherst just completely tearing up Tufts with their running game. They're really not looking to throw the ball deep, and they're just taking short little runs here and there, picking up a couple yards, and just first down. Jumbo's going to have to adjust to that run.
Eberth in the shotgun with Figueroa to his left. Fakes the give. Looking big. Has his man. Oh, it's going to be caught. A leap and grab there by number 11, Bo Berluti.
And I spoke too soon, just as we talk about the Jumbos trying to adjust to that rush. Eberth says, "I also can throw the ball, believe it or not." And he threw it big, great throw. Really led his man pretty perfectly. Honestly, did not overthrow it, did not underthrow it. That's exactly where number 11 wanted it. And really caught the Jumbos defense napping on that.
Yeah, the Jumbos defense was taking that late Saturday afternoon nap. As he said Bo, he hit Bo. He said, "Don't say no to Bo." And he hit Bo wide open on the crossing pattern deep.
Bo Berluti, the junior from Westwood, Mass.
From Westwood. Good area as we see.
Eberth
has a man in motion. Give us to Figueroa. Figueroa has a big hole. Picks up about 7 there.
Going
on the
right up the middle there. Figueroa not scared to just follow his blocks, take as many yards as he can get. And he picks up 6-7 yards.
Yeah, and the Jumbos, it's the middle of the defensive line. It's Namosa, Nwafor, and Doug teaching me how to Dougie Harrison here, the captain, really having to tighten up here. We've seen the Mammoths getting big gains up the middle.
And Amherst will look to continue this grind and push offense that they have.
Yeah, they really call it the grind and push. I hear that's what the coaches call it.
Or is it push and grind?
Oh, that's a really good question. Eberth takes a snap. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. He's going to spin out of a tackle, spin out of another one, fall forward for about a gain of 7 there. 2
spin moves, not one, but 2 spin moves on that play. Eberth really taking the effort and just saying, I'll just take it myself.
He says, "I'll hit the circle button once, hit the circle button again, break off 2 spin moves there."
Eberth, of course, the 3rd leading rusher for this Amherst offense after Hickey and Figueroa. Eberth not afraid to run. He coming into this game had 37 rushes on the year. Typically averages about 22 rushing yards per game, and he's not afraid to keep adding to those stats today.
Yeah, but I believe there was a penalty on the play. There must have been, because it's still 2nd and 3. So there must have been a call there. Sorry, we were napping up here and we missed it. But 2nd and 7. Okay, so it was a false start of some sort. As we're going to see Eberth here in the backfield with his boys, Hickey and Figueroa, taking the snap. It's going to be a passing play. It's his man on the out route. Driven down by the Jumbos.
And that's James O'Regan, 6'4", wide receiver from Wilmington, Massachusetts, catching that reception. A nice 5-6 yard out pass. And again, Eberth not looking to go deep, not looking to do anything crazy, just taking a couple yards at a time, working his way upfield, first down after first down.
Yeah, ball security is very important here in the red zone. As we see this NFL Network red zone here, bringing you the highlights only from this NESCAC action. NFL Network red zone.
Eberth only with 3 interceptions on the year. He doesn't like to throw it too deep because that's how you get picked off, and he's playing smart today.
You're going to see Eberth flanked by Hickey and Figueroa. Give it to Figueroa. No, Eberth keeps it. Either Eberth is going to walk into the end zone, only hit by 2 jumbos with some missed ankle tackles as Eberth goes in. That's another hello, Ole, for a touchdown for Eberth.
And that brings the score to 13-0. Do you think they're going to be able to convert on the extra point, Tom?
Oh, I don't know. This one always gets me on the edge of my seats, the extra point. We hope that the Jumbos can come in and block it, but we don't know. Amherst has looked pretty good on their first extra point. John Rack loves to knock it through the uprights.
Yeah, John Rack, 24 for 25 this year. That's a 96% extra point completion percentage, and he looks to make it 25 for 26.
Oh, and I believe,
it's good. It looked like the Jumbos got a hand on it, and it almost didn't go in. Almost didn't go in. Looked like it was almost just short of the field goal, but it just barely made it through the uprights, and the extra point is good, pushing the score to 14-7.
14-0.
14-0, pardon me.
The Jumbos have yet to sniff the end zone. They actually have yet to call a play in Amherst territory. So the Amherst defense has really been limiting the Jumbos offense. But we're going to see if the Jumbo special teams can do something special right here. The Jumbo special teams unit, strong. We saw them with that early trick play, the fake trick play, I guess. We're going to see if they cooked up something special for us today. It is Halloween weekend, you know. You never know what they could surprise us with. As we're going to see John Rack here look to kick off, give a word, and the Amherst defense splits out wide. We're going to see Rack kicking off here from the 35, looking to pin the Jumbos deep into their own territory. But the Jumbos, I believe they have something to say about that. They'd love to get a nice big run back here. Jack Dolan, one of the return man, split out wide by another Jumbo. I believe it's going to be Dolan returning it. Yes, that's 15. Running it up to the 25.
And we've seen consistently Jumbo starting about the 25-yard line pretty much every drive, and they really haven't been able to even get to the other half of the field. So we'll look for McDonald to try and switch things up a little bit. Maybe go big. He's been taking the run a lot. Maybe we'll see him go for a big pass and maybe try and get it to the other half.
Yeah, we know, just like the Jumbos, John Rack, the place kicker, also plays defensive back for the Mammoths. So we're going to see if McDonald wants to test him. But McDonald loves the quarterback keepers, so we're going to see what he does here. He has Pedrini next to him, I believe. Tight end in motion. Snap goes to McDonald. Fakes the give on a slant, throws behind his man. That was just the pass that you don't want to see, a pass to nowhere, as my gym teacher used to call it, or my old football coach, the pass to nowhere.
And a very, very quick, aggressive pass, trying to get it off early. Maybe take a couple extra seconds on that one next time.
Yeah. As we're going to see the Jumbos in the hurry up here. McDonald flanked by Pedrini. Sets him in motion. The give is to Pedrini. Pedrini has a hole. Pedrini up to the 33-yard line. That's a nice gain there for the Jumbos. But that was Sanders, I believe. I'm sorry about that.
Quality run by Sanders, following his blocks, taking it to the right, and accelerating pretty quickly as he didn't really have too much time on that one, but he was able to make up some extra yardage. So that'll bring us to 3rd down and 2 yards to go as we end the first quarter of play. The Jumbos will go into the second quarter, needing 2 yards to pick up a first down.
Yeah, Jumbo's down here, 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. As that brings us to the end of the action. The Jumbos, you know, we saw that was an Amherst first quarter, 14 points in one quarter. You know, at that pace, they might have upwards of 40 points by the end. But the Jumbos really need to respond. The Jumbos have the ball here at the start of the second quarter, and we're going to see if the Jumbos have anything to say about that.
So, entering the second quarter, we're actually going to take this moment. As we're pausing in between quarters here to welcome our new announcer. He's a freshman. His name is Sid, and Sid is joining JumboCast, and he's doing his training commentary today. So Sid will be joining us for the second quarter of gameplay and providing some of his analysis. Welcome, Sid.
Thank you, Bobby. Hi, Tom. How's it going?
I'm doing well, Sid. How are you on this fine weekend?
I'm doing well. I'm excited.
So, Sid, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
All right. Sure. I'm from Westchester County, New York, and I'm really enjoying myself today.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you have a major here at Tufts?
I do. It's called biology. Have you heard of it?
Oh, biology. I don't know much about biology, you know.
Sid, what's your favorite breakfast cereal? Make it, and quickly, as the game is about to pick up.
Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch,
Captain
quality
Crunch,
choice.
you love that overdose on sugar. McDonald here on the keeper. Diving up the middle there for a first down. That's what the Jumbos need to see here. All of that set up by the Sanders run there.
So, Sid, what do you think the Jumbos need to do to make up on this 14-0 deficit here?
Well, I definitely think that McDonald has to try and figure out a way to get the ball out and further. They keep giving the ball up, and I think that on the runs and all the passes not able to capitalize. But I think that it definitely does mean a little bit tighter play on the offense and a little bit more containment on the defense as well.
Snap goes to McDonald. Give is to Sanders with a nice jump cut. Sanders has a hole. Sanders is busting 40 at the 30. He's at the 20. He's not going to go. He's going to go into the end zone untouched there.
He did it, everyone! That is a touchdown!
That is Andrew Sanders. No relation to Barry there, but looking like him on that run.
Andrew Sanders, the sophomore running back from Bernardsville, New Jersey, taking it all the way and scoring a touchdown, and that will bring the score from 14-0 all the way up to 14-6. And this game is not over. It's only the second quarter, and we have some life here for the Jumbos.
It was a great run all the way up the field.
And the Jumbos in a custom formation, looking like they were going for two.
Is this a Halloween trick? Is this a Halloween trick, you think? Maybe going for the two-point conversion?
I think they're just going to kick the extra point.
They'll just take that treat.
Well, it looks like Sid here is our lucky charm as he gets the Jumbos a touchdown here with his appearance.
Hey, and it's good. 14-7 now. Sid, you should call every game.
All right, I will certainly try to be here.
Yeah, maybe Sid calls every game and the Jumbos score every point.
Yeah, well, what can I say? First quarter, I mean, it clearly shows the points are in my favor.
Exactly. If I were a betting man, I would bet on Sid.
All right, Sid. So take us. What's going through your mind now? We've seen this Amherst offense really picking up first down after first down. So now that Amherst will get the ball back, what do you think the Jumbos need to do to stop that Amherst attack?
Yeah, give us a biological perspective.
Well, I definitely think that the players are all like cells, and that some cells need to stop the other cells from growing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. What do you think is the powerhouse of the cell?
I think that would be the mitochondria.
Mitochondria.
But for the Jumbos defense, metaphorically speaking.
Metaphorically, I definitely think it has to be stopping the run. We have three really strong runners for the Mammoths: Eberth, Figueroa, and the fullback.
Hickey, of course, yeah.
So I definitely think that a large part of the defense has to focus on containing that run and making sure that when Ebert does eventually get to pass, that the defense is there as well. It just has to be, I think, more of a presence of mind on all fronts.
That's a great point.
There's a boot. Almost goes over the head of the Mammoth returner. Busts it out. Got a small hole there, but he's not going to get it past the 30 as he stopped at the 28. And it was Avery Saffold there, the defensive back, getting a little offensive action there. You know they love to, defensive players love to touch the ball. And we're going to see the Mammoths here get it from the 28 here, try to bring it out. Jumbo's defense is already set, waiting. Micah Addix, defensive captain, lining up with the long flowing hair, ready to wreak some havoc.
That was a good one, Tom.
Hey, I do what I can. As we're going to see Eberth here in the backfield with Hickey to his right. Wide receiver in motion. Eberth on the keeper. Going to pick up about 9 there for a big Mammoths gain. And the Mammoths, you could hear the roar of the Jumbos crowd there after that long touchdown run. And the Mammoths, you have to wonder how they were going to respond. But they are able to respond well there, as we see with an Eberth keeper there for a gain of 8.
Eberth always mixing things up, as we've seen. Amherst has a very potent offense, scoring over 30 points per game this year. And Eberth doing a really good job of mixing up the pace. Always likes to use that play action, always likes to use the quarterback draw, really keeping the defense on their toes. And Jumbos don't know what to expect.
Yeah, as we see Eberth here with Hickey. It's going to be a pass. Crowd lets you know. And he's going to keep it, actually, as he gets enough for the first down.
It's another great run from Eberth here as he gets almost 10 yards. Once again, I was talking about how the Jumbos really need to watch that run. Right now, we've had 2 consecutive runs for 9 and 10 yards, respectively, from Eberth, which goes to show that they just need to be more aware of where he's going and try to stop that.
Exactly. Even when he drops back to pass, he is a threat to run the ball. So Ollie there looking like roly-poly-oly, rolling out wide and getting the gain there, getting enough for the Mammoths' first down. As we're going to see him flanked by his two amigos, Hickey. It's going to be a keeper. He's going to pitch it out to Figueroa. And brought down by the Jumbos. A big stop there. I believe that was Zach Thomas, number 10. But I could be wrong.
And now we've seen the last 3 attempts that Amherst has had at pitching the ball for a run. The Jumbos have been able to shut down the pitch. They said, you can pitch it, keep pitching it, and we can just shut it down. And so, Eberth taking the run on his own, he's able to pick up yards, but maybe Amherst should stop pitching it because the Jumbos have seemed to be able to figure that one out.
Yeah, definitely. I think that the pitch was something that was really trying to seem to work in early in the first quarter. But now I think that the run itself is a little bit more effective.
Eberth with the pass, high ball there. Number 15 with the ball there. That's Craig Carmelani. Looking like with a nice ball there. Caught it. Gained about 8. Pushed out of bounds by number 5.
Ebert changing things up this time, going for the pass. Once again, keeping the Jumbos guessing as to what he's going to do. Pushing the field forward.
Yeah, big
Small
3rd and 2 here as we hear the Jumbos crowd rising. We hear the cowbells ringing. You might be able to hear it from our mics as well, as we're going to see Eberth with a big 3rd down here in the I formation with Figueroa and Hickey. Give us to Hickey. Hickey going to be stopped. Jumbos think it's short. But it's all going to depend on the spot of the ball. 54 there with the big tackle. Greg Holt, Steve Holt on the tackle there. And it's going to look like it's short, but we're going to bring out the chain gang to get a measurement here.
Crowd waiting patiently for the call. Everyone's sitting here in suspense. No one knows what's going to happen, and it's like we're waiting for the Headless Horseman to come through town, on Halloween night. No, it's coming, but you don't know when, and we just don't know what this call's going to be.
Yeah, here come the chains. And, you have to wonder if you're Amherst, you might as well just go for it, even if it's 4th down. You'd love to have a first down here. You're going to see them a full yard short there for the Mammoths.
That is a huge stop for Tufts, as that means Amherst will be forced to punt. The Jumbos will get the ball back, and they'll have pretty decent field position here as the ball's only at the 50. So
this does not look like a punt formation to me, Bobby.
Oh boy, Amherst really mixing things up.
Amherst looks like they're going to go for it, which is they have a hard yard to gain. If they can gain it, then they continue getting better and better field position as they continue trying to increase the lead on the Jumbos.
This is a bold move. If it doesn't work out, the Jumbos will get the ball at half field.
And a chance to equalize at that.
Yeah, you got to wonder what Eberth is thinking about right now. As we're going to see, lined up with the Jumbos crowd roaring, we're going to see man in motion, Figueroa in motion, Eberth trying to draw the Jumbos offsides, another man in motion, still trying to draw the Jumbos offsides. Eberth, I don't know if they're going to snap the ball. They might just call a timeout. Eberth using a hard count. He's going to drop back. Smart play by the Jumbos defensive line. And he's going to call the timeout. He was just looking to draw the Jumbos offsides.
Wow, that was one of the most interesting football plays I've seen in quite a while.
Absolutely. That was very, very interesting. And now the punt team comes out, who's looking to get a penalty out of the Jumbos.
Amherst really bringing out. That looked like one of those little trick plays they got there. They had a couple of men in motion and lots of suspense. They had a lot of time. Eberth just counting down the snap count, never actually calling the snap, and really trying to draw the Jumbos offside. The Jumbos wanted that false start penalty, nothing called. They take the timeout, and it looks like they'll go to the punt now.
Yeah, they had one of those earlier in the game today, one of those false start penalties, but this time Jumbo's line staying patient and making sure to not step the line before the snap was called. And that results in a punt, which will give the Jumbos another chance to equalize here.
Yeah, did you guys ever watch That's So Raven, the TV show?
I've heard of it. I don't think I watched it.
There's the boy band on that show is called the Boys in Motion, and that's what we saw there. We saw the Boys in Motion there for the Amherst Mammoths. As we're going to see a big punt here from Henry Atkinson. It's going to go. It's going to be returned by the Jumbos. Finds a nice little hole there and pushes it up to the 17-yard line there for the Jumbos. That was Jack on the punt return. Jack Rhodes on the punt return.
And they have they got a few yards on the play, but hopefully it should be good enough to get the ball downfield. Ryan McDonald needs to focus on trying to get the ball out and making plays initially that get the Jumbos a few yards in order to keep moving forward here.
Yeah, McDonald's here gotta gather up the cattle, the chickens, the pigs on this farm, and really lead the team down the field. As he's got Sanders. Sanders, the hot hand in the backfield, 3 out wide. Tight end on the right side. Tight end comes in motion. It's going to be four out wide. Give it to Sanders. Sanders finds another hole. Keeps those legs churning for Jumbo's 5-yard gain.
And like me, Sanders seems to be the secret weapon for the Jumbos here. As soon as I came on, was right around when Sanders started running the ball here today, and clearly it's working out for the Jumbos, so we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, gain of 7 there for the Jumbos. As we're going to see McDonald here. Another interesting formation. He's going to go 3 wide on his right side this time. But they didn't pass it last time. You got to wonder if they're going to go for the air ball here. 3 wide.
Second and third, a good opportunity. Throw it deep.
Yeah. Give us to Sanders. Sanders bursts up the middle. That's going to be a Jumbo's first down.
There we go. Another good run from Sanders here as he powers through for a Jumbo's first down.
Yeah, we saw a nice run there by Sanders as we're seeing the interesting formations, the unbalanced lines here. But the Jumbos like to run to the weak side, really putting the ball in Sanders' hands, giving him all the power as to decide where he goes.
Yeah.
So we're going to see McDonald and Sanders here, man in motion, still 3 out wide on the right side. Give us to fake to Sanders. McDonald pressured. McDonald's got to get rid of it. He's going to get wrapped up, and he's going to go down.
Great pass rush brought by Amherst, and McDonald dropping back, running around the pocket, trying to break free. McDonald has done a very good job today avoiding the pressure, but he really just couldn't get out of that one as he was double teamed, had no one to throw it to, and didn't want to throw up a pick, so he just took the loss of yards, and tough break for the Jumbos.
Yeah, in that situation, I would throw the ball away. I'm not a quarterback, but it's going to be 2nd and 25. That is almost insurmountable odds, knock on wood here, for the Jumbos as they're facing 2nd and 25 here from their own 15 after the big loss by McDonald. He's going to drop back to pass. Has his man overthrown there. Had a receiver open there for a nice chunk gain.
And that was James O'Regan, the wide receiver who the pass was intended to. O'Regan hands on it, but couldn't quite bring it down. That would have been a gain of about 10 yards or so, but unfortunately he drops it, and the Jumbos are going to have 3rd and 25 here.
Yeah, I believe that was Daniel DeLeon. O'Regan, actually an Amherst Mammoth, not switching sides on that play and playing for the Jumbos. I believe that was Daniel DeLeon. Jumbos football here, 3rd and 25. You got to wonder what Coach Jay Savetti's drawing up. McDonald's going to drop back to pass. Just short pass over the middle. Caught, getting them some breathing room there. 4th down, it's going to be a Jumbo's punt here. We're going to see more action from Alex LaPiana.
It was a good set of plays by the Amherst defense here as they contained the Jumbos, and definitely that mammoth sack on McDonald was key here. As we saw earlier in the quarter, there was the plays where he was able to break the pressure and kind of get away and get the ball out, but this time he was not able to. The pass rush just came too fast, and it was a huge loss.
Yeah, McDonald really shouldering the blame on that one, suffering the big 15-yard loss. As we see Jumbos coming in motion here on the punt. LaPiana, nothing fancy, just going to boot it, almost blocked. It's going to take a favorable tough bounce, but it's going to be returned, and it's dropped by the Mammoths, and it's recovered by the Mammoths.
Well, that was quite an exhilarating play of events. The Amherst play, returning the pass, and he took a hard cut, and as he changed directions. You know, sometimes you're cutting, and as an athlete, when you cut, you switch your arms up, and he tried to cut with his arms, his upper body, to change that direction of momentum, and as he cut, the ball flew out of his hands. So the Jumbos almost got excited there, and they thought they could snatch it up, but unfortunately, they were not able to secure the ball, and Amherst will maintain possession.
Yeah, it's like one of those times where you're holding a ball, and then you're running, and then you suddenly forget that you're holding the ball, and it drops out of your hands, and that's exactly what happened as Amherst looks to get the ball here. Ollie Eberth, the 3 Migos in the backfield. Eberth, Hickey, and Figueroa have a man in motion. 4 in the backfield. And fakes the give to Figueroa, pitched out wide, and another pitch snuffed out by the Jumbo's defense, so a gain of 2 there for the Mammoths.
Eberth here trying to do something different once again. Used the three backs in the backfield himself, Figueroa and Hickey, but this time he passes it, he pitches it out. But once again, the Jumbo's defense is able to put that down quickly. It'll be interesting to see what Eberth comes up with next.
Yeah, it's going to be 2nd and 7. As we've seen, the second quarter has been a lot about, besides the big touchdown run for the Jumbos, it's been a lot about changing field position here. So you're going to see Eberth flanked by Figueroa and Hickey. Fakes the give to Hickey. It's going to be a pass. as he's almost brought down, but he steps up and he gains a first down. Rush there from Eberth there, exposing the middle of the field. The Jumbos, I believe that's usually Steve DiCenzo territory, or Greg Holt. Steve Holt usually holds up there, but Micah Addix has to bring him down there.
And of course, Amherst keeps switching things up with these running plays. They got that quarterback draw, they got the counter, they got the fake handoff, and when you have the two running backs in the backfield with Hickey and Figueroa, the Jumbos think that he's going to pass it off, but Eberth fakes the handoff and keeps it to himself and rushes right up the middle. That's a tough play to guard against all three of them. The three of them great rushers, of course, and Jumbos really just don't know who to focus on.
As we're going to see Eberth here with Figueroa, rolls out, hits his man. Route almost jumped there by Tim Preston. Hits number 15, that is Craig Carmelani.
And Alex LaPiana with good coverage to push Carmelani out of bounds as soon as he makes the catch.
It was a good defensive play there, making sure that they were right on the passer. And this is kind of showing flashes of what I was talking about earlier, where the Jumbos are prepared to guard both the run and the pass. Naturally, that previous run was not necessarily accounted for, but this one, the defense was right on it and was able to stop much of a gain from that pass.
Yeah, it looked like LaPiana saw the route coming, but wanted to play safe and didn't jump it. Big 2nd down and 5 here, as we're going to see Eberth has Hickey in the backfield. He's going to get a man in motion. Fakes the give to Hickey. Keeps it, pitches it out. Driven out of bounds, but that's probably going to be enough for an Amherst first down.
And that's another pitch seen, but this time it does actually work, as number 11, Bo Berluti, is able to get a first down here.
Yeah, it's a 3rd and 1 coming up short here, so we're gonna hear a lot of crowd noise from the Jumbos here at the Zimmern Field at the Ellis Oval here in sunny Medford, Massachusetts on this lovely Saturday, October 28th.
So typically 3rd and 1, that's traditionally a running situation. And Amherst, of course, everyone expects the run here. Amherst been running all day to much success. But what are they going to do? They're going to rush. Are they going to give it to Hickey? Are they going to give Figueroa? Will Eberth take it himself?
Give this to Hickey, and Hickey bursts up the middle. Hickey proven to be more than just a souvenir from a good night out. Hickey gaining the first down there for the Mammoths. And that's going to be a big first down there for the Mammoths as they get it up to the 45.
Tom, can you teach me how to make these references one day?
One day. It just comes with experience. It comes with experience. You read the names, you see what you got to work with. Yeah, so we're going to see the Mammoths look to continue this drive as they pushed into Jumbo's territory here. Eberth flanked by Figueroa and Hickey. Eberth on the keeper. Figueroa lead blocker. But Eberth's going to be wrapped up and brought back by the Jumbo's defensive line. They give him a group hug there. It's like at the end of your day in preschool where everyone comes together for a group hug.
That's beautiful, Tom.
That was excellent. Just like that.
Yeah.
And that's one of the rare down by forward progress. He didn't actually get tackled there. They just kept pushing him back, and the referee said, all right, that's enough, kids. He's down.
It was also an interesting play because Eberth was kind of following the block from Figueroa there and kind of following behind him, but the Jumbos got around him and pushed him back. Once again, indicative of how Amherst is trying to try different things and keep the Jumbos defense unaware as to what exactly they're doing.
Yeah, they gave Eberth a lead blocker. Eberth here, faking the give to Hickey, stepping up, floats it up. It's going to be caught. I think that's Bo Berluti almost getting into the end zone. It's Berluti or Carmelani.
It's Carmelani.
15, Carmelani there.
Carmelani with a good over-the-top route, and Eberth just putting it straight up. Carmelani beat his man. Eberth led him with the pass, put it perfectly where Carmelani wanted it. Carmelani doing a good job, fighting off the tackle and brings it about to the 5-yard line or so.
Yeah,
maybe a little bit more than 5.
Eberth has looked good on these deep balls. Both of them, not necessarily the prettiest, but they've both been effective. Dropped right into the receiver's hands.
Yeah, in the first quarter, it was a huge gain on a ball like that.
Eberth giving it to, I believe that's Hickey. Hickey walks in untouched, or walks in, bursts through the middle there.
And that will bring the score up to 20-7.
Yeah, as we're going to see another extra point here by the Mammoths. And John Rack here looking to widen the margin here to 14.
What'd you see on that drive, Sid?
Well, once again, I just think that the Jumbo's defense, like the first 2 touchdowns scored by Amherst, was unable to figure out what exactly was going on. I just think that sometimes Jumbo's defense is able to pick up what exactly is happening with each Amherst play, but this time they were unaware. And once again, one of those over the head balls from Eberth was able to keep Amherst in the end zone. And I think that it really does come down to the large sack on McDonald.
Yeah, that was a good drive, as we see a penalty flag come out on the extra point, but the extra point was good, so it's likely to not affect the play here, as Amherst taking control of the game up 21-7. But with 4.5 minutes left in the second quarter, Jumbos have enough time to put together a drive here. Maybe the one flaw of that deep ball was that it gives the Jumbos 4.5 minutes, 3 timeouts. The Jumbos could put together a drive or two here, maybe get some more points on the board before halftime.
Yeah, definitely. I think that 4.5 minutes, let's see what the Jumbos can do here with this kickoff as the Jumbos come out. But I think that if they're able to capitalize here, it would really help the score, especially if they're able to bring it within 1 by the end of the half.
Yeah, it's tough when you get under about 2 minutes and you don't have a bunch of timeouts left. The defense knows you're going to be throwing the ball every down. But here the Jumbos have enough to run it if they want to, and that's been the Jumbo strong suit, keeping the ball in the hand of Andrew Sanders. As we're going to see, it was a penalty on the Mammoths, and it's going to be enforced on the kickoff. They're going to be booting it from the 20 as opposed to the 35, so the Jumbos hope to get some good field position here.
Yeah, it definitely also does depend on what the returner can do here. Definitely he will benefit from the kickoff from further back.
Yeah.
But a good starting position with 4 minutes left would definitely serve the Jumbos well on this drive, which may very well be the last drive before the half.
Yeah, John Rack here looking to try and salvage some of these points, or some of these yards. John Rack with a low line drive. Going to take a bounce, and it's going to bounce back away from the Jumbos. Recovered. Has a lead blocker.
Oh.
Gets a hole. Up to the Jumbos 46-47 there. A great return. We thought they were going to squander that field position, but
so that's Robert Jones picking up the kickoff return, and Robert Jones at first, ball took a funny bounce, and he looked a little nervous, looked a little tripped up. Wasn't really quite sure what to do. He followed his blocks, maintained his composure, just ran right through that hole, and he accelerated very quickly. He was able to bring it all the way up to about the 45 or so. Almost was able to break free all the way, but that last defender for Amherst was able to bring him down.
Yeah, and he had his lead blocker saying it's Mr. Jones and me bursting through the hole there to gain some extra yards, as we're going to see McDonald and Sanders here. Sanders still holding the hot hand.
Mr. Jones storming through the barrio.
McDonald rolls out, pressured by the Mammoths, floats it up. It's going to be complete. Hit at the 30-yard. Great pass by McDonald.
And this time, too, he's able to break the pressure from Amherst defense, get out of the way, and get the ball out. And it's a great pass at that, and really gives the Jumbos a very, very good position to score. That great kick return to start this drive and this pass definitely give the Jumbos a great chance to decrease the lead here.
Yeah, exactly. McDonald finding his man all season. Dolan has been his top target, and Dolan broke the coverage, was wide open. All McDonald had to do was put his eyes downfield, worried he was going to get a hit, and then he saw his man.
So at 4 minutes ago, I look for the Jumbos to run the ball, try and run some timeout.
Oh, a trick play.
That's not quite they had in mind, though, as they give the handoff, and looking to throw it is number 12, but brought down for a loss of yards. And the Jumbos will just probably keep running the ball down, try and keep some time coming down. But they're down 2 touchdowns, so they'll take what they can get at this point.
Yeah, that was an interesting play. The motion and the give to number 12. Number 12, one of the wide receivers, couldn't get it off there, as he's brought back for a 6-yard loss. As we're going to see McDonald and Sanders in the backfield. Ronald McDonald and Colonel Sanders here in the backfield. We're going to see what he draws up here. McDonald dropping back, looking to pass, throws it up. Brought down, a big catch there for the Jumbos. I believe that is Daniel De Leon. Dan De Leon there with a big reception there to get the Jumbos out of, 2nd and 16, kind of like that prior drive where McDonald was brought back earlier. But it was a big first down there for the Jumbos as they push inside the red zone.
That's like when your parents say you got to be home on Halloween at 8:30, and then you're kind of bummed, and then they say, you can stay out till 10. You decide you got more time to go trick-or-treating, and the Jumbos looking to collect more candy here.
As McDonald fakes, bootleg out to the right side. Big pass rush. Sanders missed the block there. Floats it up, throws it away.
And I definitely think that this drive overall has seen a lot more passing, and it might have served the Jumbos pretty well here. As Bobby, you said, they got more candy, and I think the candy might be those passes.
Yeah. Well, they hope to hit the jackpot here. You know that one family that kind of with the big house that always gives out the king size. The Jumbos are looking for the king size on this one. That would be a touchdown. The Jumbos really want the king size Reese's Cups here.
Why Reese's Cups, Tom?
I think that's got to be the best candy to get on Halloween is the Reese's Cups. You know, that artificial peanut butter combined with the artificial chocolate. We're going to see McDonald and Sanders here in the backfield. 3 out wide to McDonald's left. Give it to Sanders with a jump cut up the middle. Not much to gain there. Gets about 3 on the run.
All the same, it does help the Jumbos move ahead a little bit here as they give us to Sanders. Definitely, I think that they're trying to find a balance between running out the clock and trying to score as we approach the 2-minute warning before the half.
Yeah, we're gonna see if we'll get another play, but probably not.
And as we approach halftime, we'd like to remind you, just feel free to send us your tweets at Tufts JumboCast, and we'll try to get any questions and comments you might have answered during the halftime show.
Oh, I believe there's no 2-minute warning here, as we're gonna see the Jumbos run another play. 2-minute warning usually brought to you by Tony Monaco, but not today. As McDonald drops back, floats it into the end zone, and it's caught.
Touchdown.
Oh, Amherst signals no, but Jumbos disagree, as that is none other than Jack Dolan.
And Jack Dolan going up for the grab. He tossed it up in the air to McDonald, and Dolan goes up, puts his hand up in the air, and skies the defender, grabs that ball and shows it up. He held it up high. He said, "Look at me, look what I got." And the Jumbos cutting the lead, bringing it back within 1 touchdown here.
That king-size Reese's Cup was in the hands of Jack Dolan here as we got that touchdown.
Yeah, Jack Dolan going to be going trick-or-treating tonight, or I guess on the 31st. As we're going to see a 2-point conversion attempt with the Jumbos in a wacky formation, sniffed out by the Mammoths.
Number 27, Brett Phillips, the free safety there, brought down as they try to go for the 2-point conversion here.
Yeah, you got to wonder what they were looking to gain out of that, but you know, don't let that sour ending spoil a great Jumbos drive. Almost all those yards through the air there. McDonald leading the game with his cannon arm there, getting the Jumbos to within 1 score, 21-13. Mammoths lead.
You know, Tom said, I'm not going to lie, I'm a bit befuddled by that decision to go for it on 2 there. Jumbos could have brought it within a 7-point lead if they had just taken the extra point, but they go for the 2-point conversion, cannot convert. And now next time they'll be forced to go for the 2-point conversion. That destroys any possible element of surprise that they might have in going for that decision. And if the Jumbos do get another touchdown and cut the lead to within 2, we know what Amherst is going to be expecting.
Definitely, but I also think that the Jumbos may have been trying to close up the lead a little bit more before the end of the half, so that they were in a better position to start the next half and score some more. But definitely, Bobby, I think that now they're going to have to go for a 2-point conversion at some point.
As we're going to see the kickoff here by Matthew Allswanger. Big boot going to be returned by the Mammoths. Wrapped up, but no, he stays up. The Walking Dead there, looking like a zombie there. Wrapped up, but he manages to get through it and push through. And that was Saffold on the return. Avery there, getting the ball up to the 21 as the Mammoths here with 2 timeouts looking to get some more points on the board, dig into their trick-or-treating here and get some points before half.
Bobby, what do you think they're going to look to do here in this drive, Amherst?
So Amherst, only about 94 seconds left. You think they'd run it, but you think they'd pass it deep, but they've been running all day. So honestly, if they can run it, get out of bounds, I wouldn't be surprised if they keep doing that's been working for them the whole game.
Yeah, definitely. As you just saw that attempted pass there, it wasn't an incomplete pass, but definitely I think that Eberth is going to try to free up some room downfield, get the ball downfield in order to try and attempt one more score here and get that lead back to over 2 touchdowns by the end of the half.
Indeed, as we've seen, Eberth been preferring to take short runs and short passes, going bit by bit, and with 94 seconds, there's no reason he can't just take short passes, get out of bounds, use their timeouts wisely.
That's also true, but also remember in the first quarter there was that large pass to the wide receiver over the head, and he might attempt one more of those. And here we go, another pass.
There it is. That's a big game. I think that's Bo Berluti with a run there, with a catch and run there. Had a lead blocker facing him.
Don't say no to Bo. Famous words of the Torpedo Boys, classic German-Korean band. And Bo won the ball. Ollie gave it to him, and he's able to take it right up the middle.
And there, an incompletion there, right through the hands of Ollie's receiver. Could not get the completion there. As we're going to see a 2nd and 10 here for the Mammoths.
They're trying to use every second of the 69 seconds left here as they try to get one more score in.
Yeah, just enough time left. 69 seconds, the perfect amount of time for a Mammoths drive here. We're going to see big pass rush from the Jumbos. Addicts getting close. Floats it up. It's going to be caught. And broken tackle, and that's going to be 6 points. We're looking on the field for any flags here, but that's going to be...
It's another score.
There's...
What a drive from Amherst.
And that was that was Brett Phillips, the defensive back guarding him there. Couldn't quite get his hand on the ball. And that's going to be another touchdown.
Yeah, the pass was to James O'Regan, who was able to break that tackle and get into the end zone. This was exactly what Amherst was looking to do. Get the lead back to over 2 touchdowns over the Jumbos.
O'Regan hauls in his 5th receiving touchdown of the year.
Yeah, you wonder. There was some miscommunication there between the Jumbos defense and one of the referees. Looking a bit confused there as we're going to see John Rack look to rack up another point here.
You almost wonder if Amherst left too much time on the clock for the Jumbos now. The Jumbos will now receive the ball with a minute left, and that is certainly enough time to score a touchdown, bring us back within a one-possession game.
Yeah, they almost have to. This is a high-scoring game. You know, both of these defenses are strong, but haven't been showing up. We've seen a lot of offensive firepower, you know, combining so far for 41 points in the first half. That is what 28 plus 13 equals is 41. A lot of points here in the first half is the point I'm trying to make.
It's to say it another way, that's over. That's not over. That's 5 touchdowns scored in the first half. And I think that the Jumbos definitely have another chance to score one more.
Some would say 6 touchdowns. Some would say 6 touchdowns looking for number 7.
And how many points would that be?
Oh, man. Don't ask me these questions. I haven't taken math in 2 years. I'm not going to answer that one.
Yeah, that's true.
You submit us a Twitter question if you want to see us do mental math. At Tufts JumboCast, feel free to submit your math. Or if you're working on that linear algebra problem set, viewers at home, feel free to send us your questions. We'll answer anything, honestly.
That's true. Anything.
But regardless if we can add it or not, I think one thing we can all agree for sure, as this is a high-scoring game, they're going bippity-boppity, boopity, bang, bang, bang. Everybody's getting the ball, everybody's scoring, and lots of action here, as we like to see in a good old college football game, just racking it up, bang, bang, bang.
Absolutely here, and Bobby pulls out a part of that Kevin Hart impression, trying to give another look at exactly what's happening here, and just for those people who didn't get it, this is a high-scoring game.
I think we made that clear enough by now.
They're scoring lots of points, okay? John Rack's kicking it off, and the wind takes that one out of bounds, and that's favorable for the Jumbos. I think that's a penalty, as the refs tossing that one about 25 feet in the air.
And we see a nice catch by one of the helpers on the sideline with the yellow vest.
Yeah.
Let's get him on the field.
They could have had him playing defensive back on that last drive, if you know what I mean.
I'm not quite sure, Tom.
I won't explain, but that's going to lead to advantageous field position here for the Jumbos, as we're going to see. They're going to get it, I believe, at the 35 is what happens on when the kickoff goes out of bounds.
So the Jumbos now will have a minute. They'll be starting pretty good field position, and Ryan McDonald will look to take over and show everyone what he can do.
Definitely, I think that if he does what he did in the previous scoring drive with long passes to both Jack Dolan and Daniel De Leon, this definitely could be another scoring drive. 58 seconds should be enough time to score one more, but it'll be interesting to see what McDonald comes up with.
Yeah, the Jumbos receiving core is it's a re-kick, I guess. Okay. Sorry, I that's my bad. I thought it was like pro football rules, like when they kick it out of bounds, it's you get it automatically at the 35, but Amherst kicks off from their own, I think, 25.
Yeah, it looks like the catch by the man in the yellow vest, unfortunately, amounts to nothing here as they're going to kick again. Maybe he has another chance.
They're kicking it from their own 45-yard line. College football, man. What are you going to do?
Interesting development here. But it could go in favor of the Jumbos here if they're able to bring it up and get past the 35. They'll have excellent field position, so gives them another chance to get a great run. If the kick doesn't surmount to it, they'll just take a fair catch and they'll start off in decent position. So the Jumbos happy to have another shot.
He's gonna spooch kick it. It's gonna be picked up by the Jumbos. Nice little return there from the Jumbos. Almost recovered by Amherst there. but Jumbo's getting the return here with 55 seconds, and we're going to see what Ryan McDonald can do in 55 seconds. Sounds like a game show. Like, what can you do in 55 seconds? Wasn't there was a TV show like that about like having 1 minute to do something?
Minute to win it. Was that the one starring Ryan Lochte?
I think so.
Oh no, I think that was what would Ryan Lochte do.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Drew Carey. Anywho, Sid, 1 minute left. What do you think the Jumbos need to do to convert on offense?
I definitely think that this has to look similar to this the last scoring drive that they had. A lot of passes, a lot of large gains quickly here. I don't know if running the ball is going to work, and
finds his receiver. McDonald hits him over the middle. That's going to be good for a first down. We're going to see the hurry-up offense here.
And that's Jack Dolan on the reception.
Yeah, Jack Dolan grinding on his man all day, getting these yards, chunk yards here. Jumbos have it at their 40. McDonald drops back. Little ball dropped there. You got to wonder, maybe that was a tactical drop there. He was only going to gain 3 yards, and it would have run off more time on the clock, so maybe he just let it hit the ground.
Indeed, you have to think if that's what was going through his head, but at the same time, maybe he just dropped it.
Also, at the same time, none of us are mind readers, so we don't ever know what's going through their head.
We'll never know for sure.
Yeah.
That's what makes commenting fun. We try to know.
We're seeing McDonald here with Sanders. McDonald dropped back, looking over the middle. That one was dropped. Takes a big hit. I think that was De Leon?
Yeah, that was De Leon, and that was certainly not a tactical drop, as De Leon would have been picking up about 20 yards. You could see a look of his frustration on his face as he clearly is upset he wasn't able to track it and just grab onto it. So now it's going to be 3rd and 10. McDonald's going to have to come up with something big here.
38 seconds left, which will be interesting to see what McDonald does. Once again, has to be more passes.
Yeah, Sanders in the backfield. McDonald takes the snap, drops back. Misses Sanders, threw it a little bit ahead of Sanders. Sanders had almost a clear lane for a first down there, but could not get on the same wavelength there.
That's 4th down for the Jumbos as the punt team comes out.
As we're just going to see, the teams have been trading kicks here. We're going to see the Jumbos punt. We're going to see La Piana here boot it to the Mammoths.
And that's three drops and 3 plays for the Jumbos. You can't think that Tony Facil, the Jumbos wide receiver coach, is very happy. Maybe he'll have a word with them at halftime, but until then, the Jumbos will look to prevent Amherst from putting on any more points in this 35 seconds remaining in the first half.
Piana boots it. It's a high-reaching punt. No Mammoths back to return. As you're going to see the Jumbos run out a little bit of that clock, and the ref is going to down it there.
22 seconds left.
22 seconds and 2 timeouts. You got to wonder. I think it's at the 22, 25-yard line here. 25. For the Mammoths in Jumbo territory or in Mammoth territory.
Bobby, do you think that they're going to try to take the lead to 3?
They could go for it, but honestly, we haven't really seen Eberth going very big today. I think we'll just see them try and run down the clock and prevent any injuries here, not turn it over, play it safe.
They're going to kneel it, as we're going to see Eberth take a knee there.
And that'll close out the first half. So, as we wind down to halftime, the score is 28 Amherst, 13 Tufts. Sid, that'll do for your first quarter of broadcast training. Thank you for joining us. You did a great job today.
Thank you very much, Bobby. Thanks, Tom. And you better teach me more about those puns.
I will. One day we'll get you. We'll have a lesson.
All right, so we're closing out the half now. 28 for Amherst, 13 for Tufts, and we will be back shortly with our halftime show. Don't touch that dial.
Yeah, don't touch that space bar or whatever it is on a computer. Computers don't have dials, but yeah, stay tuned for our halftime show. And also feel free, if you want us to read your tweets at halftime, tweet us at Tufts JumboCast. Feel free. Like we said, we'll take anything. We're really looking for any tweets now. Thank you for joining us for the first half. We'll be back in a few. Hello and happy Halloween. This is the JumboCast halftime show. I'm Tom Jazanowski here, the play-by-play commentator, here with my color commentator, Bobby.
I'm Bobby. Welcome to our halftime show. As you can see, we're all dressed up for Halloween. Unfortunately, we couldn't really get matching costumes.
Yeah.
Tom, what are you?
I came as a mummy. I thought that's what I texted you. I said we're going as mummies tomorrow.
Yeah, there's a little bit of miscommunication. I thought we were toilet paper monsters, so I thought we were going to dress as. So I'm a toilet paper monster, and Tom's dressed up as a mummy. Unfortunately, we couldn't really communicate that very clearly,
Yeah.
so we're sorry we don't have matching outfits for you.
Yeah, I was thinking like King Tutankhamun, like in the Great Pyramids. You open up the sarcophagus, there's me, the mummy, coming out. You know.
But I could completely see your vision, Tom. But I really just thought we were gonna be toilet paper monsters, just like coming out of the closet, the bathroom closet. Like,
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah, but
I feel like a mummy's pretty scary too. You know, like ooh, I'm a mummy. I used to be a dead guy. You know.
Yeah. Well, you win some, you lose some. Anyway, we're here for the halftime show, and we got a great game. The score is 28 for Amherst and 13 for Tufts. Are you enjoying the game so far, Tom?
I really have been. You could not ask for a better day. It is nice, sunny out.
Indeed.
I was looking at the weather app this morning, which I always check before I go out, and it looked like chance of rain 60%, and I was like, oh, that's uncomfortable. But we actually ended up avoiding the rain as we have a nice clear day here today at the Zimmern Field here at the Ellis Oval in sunny Medford,
Yeah,
Massachusetts.
we've got beautiful weather. We've got a great football game, and we're enjoying a nice spread of lunch brought to us by, I believe, it's Bob Deli in Medford.
Yeah, Bob's
Italian food. Yeah,
Only the finest from Bob's
yeah,
Deli.
giving us the nice sandwiches. I had a nice ham and provolone.
Ooh, that sounds really good. I had some roast beef and turkey.
Yeah.
I think they also do a really nice tuna salad, I believe.
Yeah, they do a great job taking care of us, and so they're taking care of us with the sandwiches, and now we're going to take care of you guys, and we're going to answer your questions and your tweets. We know you've been typing them hard on your iPads, your iPhones, your
Don't discriminate. You could have a Samsung,
your Samsungs,
your laptop,
whatever
your HP,
devices.
your
I'm
PC.
personally a Samsung guy. I don't
Oh,
discriminate.
yeah, I know you're a Samsung
But
guy.
anywho, enough of the hoopla. Let's get to the tweets. So we pull it up. Our first tweet is from Russell Dean, R Dean 90275. I believe maybe perhaps a zip code. You never know.
Yeah.
And he wants to know, Amherst used to be the Lord Jeffs, and this is the first year as the Mammoths. What are your thoughts, Tom?
Wow, that's a really good question. Yeah, I honestly, I don't think you could have caught this, but during the broadcast about 6 or 7 times I wanted to say that's a Lord Jeffs first down, or that's good play by the Lord Jeffs, but I was like, no, wait, they're the Mammoths now.
Yeah, of course, Lord Jeffs used to be the name of the mascot for Amherst, and they decided it was inappropriate. He was a Native American. What was he?
He was one of the early colonizers,
Yeah,
I believe.
yeah.
I think he was a slave owner
Yeah.
amongst many other atrocities.
Historically mistreated the Native Americans, and
Yeah.
so the student body said, none of that. We don't want to be associated with Lord Jeff anymore. So for a while, they were just Amherst. They did not have a mascot, and then now they're the Mammoths. So it's good to see them picking a more politically correct, if you will, mascot. I think it's pretty intimidating, a mammoth. They're big and whatnot, and woolly.
Yeah, kind of like in Ice Age. That's just what I think about when I hear the Mammoth. And I think it was looking good. And thankfully for Tufts, Jumbo the elephant of fame, of Tufts fame, was never racist. Never mistreated Native Americans. He was all around a good elephant. So
Great elephant.
Great elephant.
My personal view. So let's take the next tweet. So the next tweet we've got a tweet from JJ Ferrero. Will high school teammates Ryan Hagfelt from Tufts and Andrew Ferrero from Amherst see action today? Of course, the two boys from St. Ignatius
in San
Francisco, indeed. Personally, so Hagfelt, the backup quarterback for Tufts, he's played in four games this year. Just gets some backup time, but personally, I don't really think I'm not really expecting him to get in right now. As we've seen, Jumbo's down 2 touchdowns. They're going to need as much weaponry as they can get. And McDonald only 6 for 15 on the day, but we also have seen a couple drops, some good passes the wide receivers just couldn't hold on to. So it should be more 9-15, 10 for 15. I don't think McDonald's playing badly at all. I think he's doing a good job running. I think he's making some good passes, making good decisions, and I think the Jumbos would be wise to keep him in. I don't know if today's the day for Hagfelt.
Yeah, and Ferrero, one of the special teams players. I think he's the punter, one of the punters on the
backup punter. Yeah.
Backup punter for the Mammoths. I don't know if he'll be seeing any action today, barring an injury. I think he should. He likely won't see any playing time, but I wouldn't be surprised if late in the game they get him out there if the Mammoths go out to a commanding lead. But I doubt we'll see them both on the field at the same time. But it would be really cool. Obviously, like we see sometimes here at Zimmern Field, we see high school teammates because a lot of Tufts players come from the Massachusetts area. Same with some of our NESCAC opponents. Williams, Amherst have some players from Massachusetts, so we sometimes see high school teammates. But it's very rare that you see two high school teammates from California, from San Francisco area, out on the field at the same time. So we'll keep our eyes out for that, Mr. Ferrero. But the chance of those two teammates making the field together is relatively low today. Yeah,
we've got a tweet from we've got Southern Belle J3. Her name is Jane. She wants to know if we're on the chess team. I'm not. Are you?
Do we have a chess team?
I don't believe we have a chess team.
Oh,
yeah.
Daniel's on the chess team.
Daniel's on the chess team. Our cameraman's on the chess team. But Tom and I are not. But good looks to the Tufts chess team. And then we've got one more tweet. Unfortunately, we can't show the image, but some guy, B. Webby, on Twitter, he just said, I've been building this IKEA dresser in a game. He sent us a picture of his IKEA dresser. Fortunately, we can't show you guys the image, but it's a nice dresser, B. Webby.
Yeah, it's a lewd image. We would be taken off the air if we were trying to show it to you.
No, of course not. It's just a dresser.
It's a dresser.
He's doing a great job. But so now we got about 3 minutes till the game returns. So we see the teams coming on the field to warm up a little bit and get loose. Tom, what are your thoughts going into the second half?
Well, I'm looking forward to the game. We're going to see Amherst get the ball first. If they get another score here, that might put the nail in the coffin for the Jumbos. Up 3 scores and a 2-point conversion. It could look grim for the Jumbos, but we know, especially at Zimmern Field, the Jumbos never stop fighting. So we're going to see if Amherst can strike first and strike quick. But we'd love for you to keep sending us your tweets if you have any thoughts about Halloween, any of your costumes, anything like that, Bobby.
We'd love to hear from you guys. Just a quick poll, feel free to send us a tweet. It could even be a Twitter poll. Whose costume is better? Do you like Tom and the Mummy, or do you like Bobby and the toilet paper monster? So maybe we could get like a like for toilet paper monster, retweet for Mummy.
Retweets are rarer, so I feel like I'm already starting at a disadvantage, but that's okay.
All right, well,
I don't know much about Twitter, though.
Feel free to send us a tweet and just let us know. We'd love to hear your feedback. And, about 2 minutes left in this halftime show. We got a real treat for you guys for the next half. We're actually going to be welcoming in another freshman who's new to JumboCast. He's going to be doing some training commentary with us, so you'll get to meet our new friend, and you'll have a third announcer as well, so it should be a good one. Tom, you got any closing thoughts before we wrap up this halftime show?
I think that's just about it. I think you summed it up really well, Bobby. So that's going to be the close of our halftime show. Thanks for staying tuned with us. There we see on the return, running it back. Sorry, we were a little bit late on that one. That's our fault, just a technical difficulty there. Saffold on the return, takes it about to the Jumbos 22, but there's a yellow flag on the field. We're going to see a hold on the receiving team. That was 41 for Amherst on the return. That's going to be a 10-yard penalty. at the end of the run. That was Hunter Vogel from Fayette, Alabama.
And
with the hold.
starting off this second half, we'd like to welcome our new friend, freshman training commentator, Dan. Welcome, Dan.
Hey, thank you. I'm Daniel. I'm from Maryland. I think I'm going to major in math here at Tufts, and I'm really happy to be here.
Awesome, Daniel. So as we start the second half, what do you see? What do you see as the keys to the game so far? What do you think the Jumbos need to do to close this gap a little bit?
Well, I think it really starts with the defense here. The Amherst offense has really just been really consistent, shutting down the defense. They've had lots of options with the run between Eberth, Figueroa, and Hickey, and using the option a lot, it's really been tough for Tufts to shut down.
You see Eberth to give to Figueroa, trying to get some breathing room there. Snuffed out there by the Jumbos. Jumbos know they're coming to run here, backed up into their own goal line. This could really, if the Jumbos can get a quick 3 and out here, this could really behoove them on the offensive drive. They could get some great field position. As we're going to see Figueroa there on the carry, and now we're going to see what Eberth dials up here. It's tough when you start a drive from your own 10. That's never easy. As we're going to see Eberth here, flanked by Figueroa to his left. Man in motion. Drops back on the play action. Throws it out wide. No Jumbos near. And the ball comes out. And it's recovered by the Jumbos. That's a huge play for the Jumbos. Tripped up there. Fumbled by the wide receiver. That's a huge play for the Jumbos. A big recovery there.
And that was Bo Berluti, number 11, the receiver, taking that pass, taking a couple of yards, getting tackled, and just getting tripped up, dropping the ball on his way down to the ground. The Jumbos able to recover that ball. That's a huge break for the Jumbos, and definitely something that's going to help them try and close this gap. If they can pick up a touchdown right now and bring this to within an 8-point game to start off the second half.
It looks like he was down by contact.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And tough break.
The ball is going to stay with the Mammoths here, a 3rd and 8. Big stop, though, here for the Jumbos. If they get it, Eberth steps up and he's brought down, and that's a big stop for the Jumbos. What'd you like there, Daniel?
That's really good stopping all the options there.
Yeah, we really liked what we saw from the Jumbos defense. The defensive line came out. They probably had some Gatorade, ate a few Reese's Cups during halftime to get some of that extra energy.
Got to fuel up.
Yeah, got to fuel up the fuel. Reese's Cups, the official fuel of Tufts JumboCast.
I wonder if they got some Bob's Italian food during halftime as well, Tom.
Yeah, the Bob's Italian great tuna salad. As we're going to see a punt here from Henry Atkinson. We're clamoring for Ferrero here on the punt, but we're going to get Atkinson. Big punt there from Atkinson, takes a Mammoths bounce.
We would like to right one wrong that we have made here at Tufts JumboCast. Ferrero, we were discussing during the halftime show if he would get any action. He actually did have one kickoff at the end of that first half there, so we'd like to apologize to Mr. Ferrero, give him the credit that he was due, and he's been averaging about a punt per game. He has played in 6 games now and has got himself 6 kicks. So Ferrero is certainly getting some action for Amherst.
Yeah, and we're going to see the Jumbos here lining up on their own 48-yard line. Great field position to start. You're going to see McDonald here. I believe he's got Mike Pedrini back in the backfield with him. 3 receivers out to his right. Snaps the ball. Gives it to Pedrini. Pedrini bounces outside. Avoids a Mammoth tackle. Picks up about 7 there for the Jumbos. A great run by Pedrini. Avoids the ankle tackle.
Mike Pedrini on the carry for the Jumbos.
And so that's going to be 2nd and 1 for the Jumbos.
Looks like McDonald was trying for a second to get a hurry up. He was moving his hands, but didn't end up working.
So they could go for a run, try and pick up that easy first down or 2nd and 1, good opportunity to throw the ball deep. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah, McDonald has 3 receivers flanked out. He's got Pedrini to his left. Unbalanced set here. We've got 3 receivers on the left. McDonald takes it. It's going to be a keeper for McDonald. Gets a nice hole up the middle. And that's a big first down for the Jumbos there on the back of McDonald there. Carey picks up about 7. And the Jumbos are quickly into a Mammoth territory here. And the Jumbos, you got to wonder, they're thinking, it's hunting season and it's Mammoth season for the Jumbos. They're looking to strike quick here.
I'm looking for a quick slant route right up the middle. I'm thinking maybe right to Dolan is what I'm thinking.
It's a screen out to Mike Miller. Mike Miller pushes forward, and he gains about 2 on that run. And that was the first screenplay we see. We see a lot of, the revolutionary college offenses have been this offense, the option offense, that we've seen from the Jumbos here. And we like to see them throwing those screen passes, get the unbalanced shifting of the offensive line, but you got to have quick offensive linemen to do that.
Is this okay? It's not a big deal.
All right, and we're going to see McDonald here with 3 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. It's obviously a passing play unless it's a keeper from McDonald. So we'll see what he draws up here. Throws it over the middle, almost picked off by the Mammoths. And questionable decision there from McDonald.
So McDonald's done a good job today of being pretty patient, as we've seen when he's facing pressure. Typically during the day, he'd been dropping back, running around throughout the pocket, and waiting for someone to open up. Typically hasn't been throwing it away, but on that one, he was facing pressure, and he just chucked it away.
Yeah, there's been a lot of pressure, a lot of times in the first half. When he drops back, the offensive line hasn't given him much of a pocket.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't mentioned the Mammoth defensive line enough. As we see, breaks the block. McDonald rolling out, looks downfield, overthrown. And that's going to be a 4th down here. 4th down and 9 for the Jumbos. In Amherst territory, you got to wonder, you're not going to go for it, so it's got to be a crafty punt. So they're really looking for interesting punt here from La Piana. And you hate to see the drive stifled that quick. The Jumbos had great field position, but only were able to move it about 15 yards.
And we'll look to see if La Piana will maybe try and kick it out the corner of the field, maybe pinch it along the sideline and pin the Amherst, within their 5-10 yards or so.
Low snap. Boot is up. It landed about the Amherst 1, but it's going to bounce out of the end zone and gives them a touchback. And on a punt like that, you only net about 13, 20 yards there. So, interesting decision there from the Jumbos. La Piana's kick was unable to land where he wanted it to. And yeah, we really saw a strong play by the Amherst defensive line there. Andrew Yamin, Balaji Ekator, Rob Needham, and Greg Franklin really putting the pressure on McDonald there. I feel like we haven't said their names enough because they've been playing a great game so far.
Defensive line never really getting the praise that they deserve, but they have done an excellent job bringing the fire today.
Yeah, and we see Eberth, the 3 amigos in the backfield. Eberth, Hickey, and Figueroa. Eberth keeps it, pitches it out to Figueroa. Figueroa almost loses it, and he's wrapped up behind the line there for a loss of 1.
So, Daniel, what do you think the Jumbos need to do in order to combat this this 3-headed monster that is the Amherst rushing attack?
Well, I think the best you can do is just have everyone stay on your man when you have the option. When you have both Eberth and Figueroa on a run like that, you just have to stay on your man and be ready for both decisions.
Yeah, and we've seen the Jumbos getting more and more familiar with Eberth and Figueroa's tendencies, really stopping the runs here. As we're going to see the 3 amigos in the backfield, Eberth, Figueroa, and Hickey. Eberth takes the snap, fakes the give, chucking it deep, has a man, caught over the coverage. That was complete to number 5. That is James O. Regan. Looking like President Reagan there, getting the ball deep.
And we see another big throw from quarterback Ollie Eberth. That's about the 3rd time today he's gone deep, and he's 3 for 3 on those deep attempts. So Jumbo's pass defense needs to step it up a little bit.
Yeah, that was the tightest coverage we've seen so far from the Jumbos. The other 2 were kind of busted coverages, but that one, tight coverage, but ball threaded by Eberth as he takes it. Give is to Hickey. Hickey bounces it outside. He's going to rush for a Mammoths 1st down, maybe dropped a yard short. Yeah, about 1 yard short there. But Hickey there, Jumbo's caught off guard as Hickey busts forward. It's going to be 2nd and 1 here for the Mammoths.
Yeah, and on that pass, it was really tight coverage, but the defender, he had his back to the ball. He wasn't really sure, so the receiver was able to get up and grab that ball.
As we're going to see Eberth. I don't think he's taken a snap from under center yet. All in the shotgun. Here's Figueroa. Fakes the give to Figueroa. Steps up. Hit as he's thrown. A big play there by the Tufts defensive line. Finally getting penetration and getting to the quarterback.
And the Jumbos thought that was a fumble for a minute. It looked like Eberth's arm was still coming forward, but they're going to rule out an incomplete pass. And it will be 3rd and 1 now for Amherst, as they'll have an attempt. One more chance to get a 1st down and build on this lead.
Yeah, it's the tuck rule. It's the famous tuck rule. Like in, I think it was 2001 when the Patriots were in the playoffs in the snow. Brady was sacked, but his arm was going forward, so it was not a fumble. So we're going to see Eberth, Figueroa, and Hickey, man in motion. Gives to Hickey. Hickey's going to burst forward for the easy first down as the Jumbos bring him down.
Hickey
on the carry there for about 4. And we're going to see Amherst keep the drive alive here.
Holt and Waffle are on the stop for the Jumbos.
So we saw tackles there by Holt. And, yeah, Holt was the main man on the tackle. And we're going to see what the Jumbos defensive line answers here. Amherst has been getting the strong push forward so far, but Tufts really has to answer.
And I'm looking for Amherst to go back to that running attack with Figueroa and Hickey. They're within about 30 yards of the end zone. So even if they don't get the touchdown, they could go for a field goal here.
Eberth gives it to Hickey.
As we see them taking the run, trying to get a few yards. And it looks like Eberth is going to opt to just try and tack on yard by yard, maybe get close to that first down. I don't think he wants to take any big risks and chucking it deep at this point. You know, get a couple yards, take some time off the clock. They're already up 15 points, even if they don't get the touchdown. You add a field goal, add some Trace Puntos up in there, and start building on this lead.
Yeah, we have yet to see a field goal attempt. One of our favorite plays here, as we're going to see Eberth, Figueroa, and Hickey, as per usual. Flea flicker. Figueroa has a man, throws it up. Good pass defense there as the Jumbos say no mas to the Mammoths.
And that is number 5, Alex LaPiana, the junior defensive back on coverage, doing a great job staying close to his man, really reading that ball and saying, no, you can't have it.
Yeah. LaPiana, with a great, the first Mammoths deep ball that fell incomplete. All the credit goes to LaPiana there on the coverage. Thought he was beat, but able to recover. Great play by LaPiana. As we're going to see a long 3rd and 10 here. Eberth in the backfield with Figueroa. Jumbo's defense in motion. Big pass rush coming through. Eberth threads the needle and gets the completion. First round, that's number 11. That's Bo Berluti.
That Eberth to Berluti connection, and I believe that's Berluti's 4th reception on the day. He's been a good threat up the middle for Amherst today.
Yeah, Berluti unafraid to take a hit in the middle. Getting the big first down there for the Mammoths. That's huge as they move into the red zone here.
So, Daniel, 1st and 10, you looking run or pass here?
I say run. I mean, you're already up 15. You're just trying to move yards forward, get time off the clock.
Yeah, as we see, we're already 4.5 minutes through the 3rd quarter here. As we're going to see Eberth with Hickey in the backfield. Wide receiver comes in motion. Give this to Hickey. Hickey's going to be stopped short. No gain.
And Hickey tries to just jam it right up the middle. And Jumbo's doing a good job on man coverage there, taking away the rush up the middle of the field.
Yeah, Hickey looking to jam it up the jam hole, but couldn't find any openings there. So we're going to see another 2nd and 10 play here for the Mammoths.
I wouldn't be surprised if Amherst tries to go pitch again. Maybe fake a run right up the middle and then just go boom. We're going to switch it up. Fake a handoff to Figueroa, pitch it up to Hickey, run around the right side, go up the sideline. You never know. Could throw the Jumbos off at this point. It's been a while since we've seen one of those.
Fakes the give, play action, ball is up. They're going to call it an incomplete pass. A good ball thrown by Eberth, but a little bit too long for his receiver as he let him out of bounds. That was for the other Bo Santero. It's going to be 3rd and 10 for Amherst. As we saw, they just completed a 3rd and 9. The Jumbos really need to stop the bleeding here, limit them to a field goal attempt.
Santero, of course, the senior backup tight end, hasn't seen a whole lot of action this year. He's played all 6 games, but only has 2 receptions on the year. So he's getting some time here, and Eberth trying to target him, but just slightly out of bounds.
Eberth with the fake. The quarterback keeper pitches it out to Hickey. Is that enough for the first down? I don't think so. But, yeah, it's going to be 4th down here. Hickey on the carry. And we're going to see Amherst bring out the kicking team. John Rack looking to add 3 here.
And that's good. Stop the bleeding a little bit. Keep them only 3 points. Make sure the defense doesn't let the game get completely out of hand.
So Rack will come out for his first field goal attempt of the game. His longest of the year is 48 yards. And he's 6 for 12 on field goal attempts.
Yeah, here the snap is up. Rack's kick is up. It's going to be through the uprights. That is 3 puntos for the Mammoths.
Good with 5:48 left to go in the
And that brings the score 31 Amherst, 13 Tufts. It's now an 18-point game, and the Jumbos running out of time to catch up.
Yeah, it's a 3-score game here. Down 18 here for the Jumbos. We're going to see, Dan, what are you looking for them to do here on this next drive?
Well, I think they just need someone to get some momentum back, right? They definitely have time, but it's really hard, the further it goes into the game. You don't want to give the ball back. You want, a lot of consistent few 5-yard plays or so, make some runs and passes, just get offense into a rhythm and get some points on the board.
It's interesting for the Jumbos in that they're averaging 5.6 yards per play today. Typically that's a very good number. You'd think they'd be scoring more, but the problem for the Jumbos today is third down conversions. They're only 2 for 8 on third down conversions, and even it doesn't really matter how many yards per play you're averaging. If you can't convert on third down, you're going to have a bad time.
Yeah, that's going to be tough for you, as we're going to see Rock lining up here to give the kick. I believe this might be Ferrero. Yeah, this is Ferrero. Andrew Ferrero here going to kick off the ball here to the Jumbos. And we're going to see what I believe Dolan and I think it's LaPiana line up back deep. Maybe it's going to drop at the 20. Picked up. Run back. We have a Jumbo down on the field. Jumbo laying down, looking hurt. We didn't see what happened there, but we're gonna check in here.
And the trainers are gonna come out onto the field, and you just gotta hope he's okay. And so the trainer's taking a look at the players here, and it looked like he just cut funny. It looked like maybe he just cut, maybe twist his ankle or just hurt his knee or something, and they're putting their arms up in the air. It looks like they might be calling for a stretcher. Is that what's going on? And they are, in fact, bringing a stretcher over. So that injury looks like quite a serious one.
Yeah, we admire the fight here for the Jumbos, but obviously player safety comes first. So we're going to see a break in the action and get some medical attention here for this player.
Did you see who that was, Tom?
I did not see who that was.
I don't think he got hit on the play. It looked like he just cut
it looked
funny.
like a non-contact injury. Yeah, I did see some awkward knee movement. It was an awkward cut for sure.
Should I get it? What? Should I get the scratch? No.
Yeah, as we see all the players take a knee, we're going to see the situation here. But it's something you hate to see.
In fact, I worked as an EMT. Kind of know stuff about that. I don't do it anymore. I know how stretchers work. Just gonna stick on the wide shot.
They're not here.
So we see the training staff doing their best to take care of this injured player. Unfortunately, we still haven't gotten word of who it was. It looked like he just got injured in the fuddle of the play, and it's hard to see who it was from here. We just hope he's okay.
Yeah, as we see, the medical professional staff kept on hand at every game, just for situations like this.
What they have to do is they have to get the longboard, they have to roll them over without. Oh no, maybe they're splinting them up. That could be what it is. They have to roll them on the longboard and then lift it on the stretcher.
And so we have still yet to see the training staff lift the injured player up onto the
Backboard and onto the stretcher.
So they're still treating him on the ground. It looks like they might be wrapping up, maybe wrapping up his muscles, trying to provide some extra support. And we hear the ambulance in the background, so it seems as he's going to be taken straight to the hospital for further treatment.
Yeah, it's something that no matter who you're a fan of, it's something you hate to see here. But we hope the best for the player, and professional staff is trained to take care of situations like this.
And so Tom, we know that you actually have experience working as an EMT. So as someone with experience, what do you think is going through the minds of these professionals, these training professionals?
Well, I think the professionals, obviously as an EMT, your reach here is limited. Obviously this is a very serious injury, so what you're doing is trying to prevent any further injury in the transportation and the carry. So they're probably trying to splint up the player. I believe it was a leg injury, a lower body injury. So they're probably trying to make sure that nothing is fractured, no major arteries have been clipped. They're trying to make sure that, obviously no situation is a good situation, but they're hoping that it's just ligament damage and nothing into major arteries. So they're just looking into it, trying to make sure that the leg is stabilized, and that the player is stabilized, monitor the blood pressure, make sure that the player isn't going into shock. Obviously it's very painful, so there's a chance that they could have accelerated heart rate, high blood pressure, but they're trying to make sure that the player is safe and in a stable condition and ready to be transported before they get them moving.
Of course, Boston, home to Boston, Massachusetts General Hospital, one of the highest quality hospitals in the world. So you can rest assured that whoever this player is going to be subject to very high quality treatment.
Yeah, we know that obviously Tufts loves to take care of its players, and they keep highly trained medical professionals on staff. So we know that the player's in good hands. We're hoping that we can get an update soon, make sure they're safe, just to see.
So it seems the ambulance has arrived. So it's at this point just a question of getting the player on the stretcher and transporting him over.
I believe they're on the stretcher. They put them on the stretcher.
He is on the stretcher, and everyone is now applauding as it seems he is ready to be loaded up and taken to the hospital.
Yeah, as you see the crowd rise, obviously a great sign of strength. You know, that's why that's something, you know, scary for all the players, all the family here in the crowd, all the friends, but it looks like they're going to be safe. We don't know, obviously, the degree of the injury or anything, but we know that they're safe and they're going to be carted off and taken.
So we see the injured player raising his hand up in the air, trying to show everyone that he's okay. He'll be all right, and still awaiting word on who that was. Unfortunately, we don't have the best angle, but as soon as we find out from our production staff, we will relay the information to you guys.
So teams are going to huddle up, obviously, with a situation like that. Some of the players are going to have questions, concerns, things like that. The coach is going to give them, you know, talk to them, let them know the situation. Obviously, the coach was included, you know, in all of the protocol. So we're going to hear what the coach has to say, and then game action should resume.
And that's got to be a tough job for Coach Jay Savetti, trying to reassure his players that their teammate will be all right. But at the same time, they're down 18 points, and they still got a lot of time left in this game. So maybe he can swing this, you know, use it as a motivating factor for the Jumbos. Hey, let's get out there, let's win it for our teammate. You know, he's out there in the hospital, but you know these guys care so much about the team. He's getting treatment out for his injury, but you know he still wants to see his teammates pull out a W today, and so maybe this will be the extra fire needed for the Jumbos to motivate them to win. So Daniel, as the team's taking the lead, what do the Jumbos need to do to start chipping away at this lead?
Well, I think they just need to get into a rhythm right here, get back into it. It's been a few minutes now that they haven't been on the ball, moving around, but really if they just start the drive well, I think it'll go well for them.
Snap to McDonald. Keep by McDonald. Good jump cut. Carries it up. That's going to be a good game, about 6-7 yards there for the Jumbos. McDonald there getting the gain.
And we saw McDonald faking the handoff to Andrew Sanders, who cut up the left side of the field. It caught a couple of defenders off guard who bit on it. But we see McDonald running up to the right sideline. And so now it's going to be second and they haven't updated the yards exactly yet, but it looked like a gain about 4 or 5 or so.
Yeah, and we just got
face mask defense, number 48.
and we just had a big face mask there by 48 on Amherst. That's Andrew Summer. Big face mask there, and we just got the update. The injury was to Marcus Edmonds on Tufts number 31. I believe he was one of the blockers or the ball carrier on that play. But just for those of you tuning in at home, the injury was to Marcus Edmonds.
The junior linebacker from Londonderry, New Hampshire. So our thoughts go out to him.
McDonald takes the snap, looking pass, steps up in the pocket, avoids a defender. There's going to be a flag down on the play in the backfield. Oh, some late action there from the Tufts offensive line.
There is a flag on the play.
And we'll see what the referee has for the call.
It's coming back. I think it's against the Jumbos. Yeah, it was holding on 79, one of the backup offensive linemen.
So now it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Jumbos. Or, pardon, rather, second, would that be 2nd 20 as they take it back?
Yeah, it's going to be 2nd and 20. That's going to be tough for the Jumbos here.
I think it'll be first and 20.
1st and 20, yeah, the play will get. We'll just have to stay tuned.
2nd and 20. There it is, yep. So maybe McDonald's going to have to throw here. Maybe I'm thinking the out route along the sideline, trying to get 10, 12 yards and chip away at this here. Or he might just go deep, but if he doesn't convert, that'll be 3rd and 20. So tough decision making
So
here.
McDonald takes a snap, looking down the line, short throw there, underthrew his receiver.
As we did see that 8-9 out route attempt, but not able to convert. So it will now be 3rd and 20, and McDonald will be forced to chuck it deep.
But they might just resign on this drive and hand it off and see what happens.
Now will be 2nd and 20 for the Jumbos.
Now it's 2nd and 20. That was 1st and 20. So we're going to see maybe another pass attempt here from McDonald. Maybe try to pick up a nice chunk of yardage. As you see Miller in motion. Sanders in the backfield with McDonald. McDonald drops back to pass. Throws it over the middle. Has his man. One man to beat. He's going to be dragged down, and that's Daniel DeLeon there on the big first down there for the Jumbos.
DeLeon going right up the middle. He's a big receiver, 6'4", 205 pounds. He's a big moving target for McDonald to hit, and it's tough for Amherst to bring him down. So DeLeon with a 29-yard gain. It's now 1st and 10, and the Jumbos have the ball in the 35-yard territory.
McDonald drops back to pass again. Looking downfield, looking deep. Rolls out. Amherst pass rush coming through. Got to just throw it away here. McDonald throws it up. Out of bounds. Incomplete. Felt the pressure there. McDonald really could feel the Amherst defenders on his back, but he was able to get it away that time and avoid losing yards.
That was really good coverage by the Amherst defense there. He had some time in the beginning before he was flush out of the pocket, but just couldn't find an open receiver.
And that was Andrew Yamin, the junior, bringing the pressure on McDonald. McDonald doing a good job rolling out, but really didn't have any options there. So now it'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I believe we failed to mention that I think McDonald was the NESCAC Offensive Player of the Week last week, and I forget which Amherst player, but one of the Amherst players was the Defensive Player of the Week last week. So we got a really big matchup here for these two teams.
So now we got a timeout as the Jumbos will discuss the offensive strategy going forward. So Daniel, what do you think the Jumbos need to do here? It's 2nd to 10. They got the ball on the 35-yard line. What do you think they'll do coming out of this timeout in order to score?
Well, they had that one big pass, but other than that, their passing game hasn't looked that great this game. They've been gone for a few long passes, but not much has gone through. And really, I don't know if I'd like to see these timeouts so early in a half. It's still a 3rd quarter, and since you're down by 18, you might want to use those later. I'm not sure why you're using it so early here.
Yeah, and I said earlier about the NESCAC Defensive Player of the Week. It was Andrew Yamin and Ryan McDonald, NESCAC Offensive and Defensive Players of the Week last week, respectively. So you're going to see McDonald drop back, has a running lane, takes off. McDonald tries to put his defender on skates, but falls down here at the 30-yard line.
And so, Dan, you made a good point about the Jumbos passing attack not being as on point today as it has been in the past, and I think the reason for that's twofold. One, the Jumbo receivers are dropping it a bit more than they are, but I think you have to give credit to the Amherst pass rush. They're doing a really good job putting pressure on McDonald. and really giving him the heat. He doesn't have a whole lot of time to make these
And
throws.
McDonald drops back, throws a little screen pass out. Looking for a trick play. Runs it. There's enough there for a first down, but there's going to be a flag on the play.
So he pitched it back, and McDonald looking to throw it, but then he ran on his own, took it up a few yards, but now the flag is on the play, and they might be calling holding. It could go back.
Yeah. As the refs discuss here on this breezy Saturday here at the Zimmern Field at the Ellis Oval. It's going to be holding number 14 there. That is a tough break for the Jumbos. As we saw, great series of plays there. They get called back there for 10 yards on the hold.
And really hate to see that. You've had a few good plays and you've gotten into enemy territory, but now you've got a 3rd and long, so you're looking for maybe a deep pass here.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 13. Jumbos have 3 to McDonald's left. Sanders in the backfield. One receiver to McDonald's right. We're going to see what McDonald dials up here. He's going to drop back, looking long. Amherst pass rush gets to him almost instantly. There's going to be a flag on the play. It's holding, it's coming back. No matter what he does. Hits his receiver. Makes a cut. Has sights for the first down.
Wow, that was a really interesting play. So McDonald facing the pressure, looping backfield, cutting to the left, and throwing an off-balance throw. Hits number 13, Jack Dolan, who's able to cut back and bring it back up to the right, but there is a holding play, and so it's completely irrelevant. Amherst will accept the penalty, and it's now 3rd and 13 as the ball will come back.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 23.
3rd and 23, yeah.
That's twice in a row now that they've gotten the 3rd down conversion, which has been something that they've had trouble getting today, but it's the penalties that keep bringing them back.
Yeah, the Jumbos are shooting themselves in the foot here with these offensive line holds, but you got to credit the Amherst defensive line for getting this pressure and forcing the offensive linemen for the Jumbos to make these illegal plays. As we're going to see McDonald, 3rd and 23. 2 receivers to his left, dropping back. Amherst pressure gets to him almost instantly. He's going to break a tackle, cutting upfield. McDonald has enough for the first down, and then some. He's cutting down the sideline. McDonald finally brought down at the Jumbos' 3-yard line, and there's no flag on the field that time, thankfully. McDonald with a great run there, under pressure. He cuts up the middle and gets it to the 1st and goal for the Jumbos, a 44-yard carry from McDonald. That's why he's Tufts' leading rusher, because he can create plays under pressure.
And McDonald counted his farm animals. This little piggy went to the market. This little piggy went to the farmer. And this little piggy went all the way home as he brings it up to the 4-yard line.
And we've got McDonald and Sanders in the backfield. 3 receivers to McDonald's left, 1 to his right, man in motion. 4 receivers to the left. Give this to Sanders. Sanders tries to bounce it outside. Sanders cuts up. Sanders is into the end zone for Tufts Jumbos first down. That's 2 scores for Andrew Sanders. Reservations 4-6 as a yellow flag hits the field. We're going to have to see the call. I believe there was a flag on the field.
Sanders entering the game with just 1 rushing touchdown, but he's tripled that total score on the season with his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season, 2nd on the day. And we'll see if it counts or if the referees overturn it.
The referees are pointing in the Jumbos' direction, but the Jumbos' kicking team's already out to you. There's a foul on the defense. It's going to be enforced on the kickoff, I believe, because there's a personal foul on the defense. As we're going to see the Jumbos for the extra point here. Bobby's favorite play.
Well, let's see if it's good. I love a good extra point attempt.
You're going to see Matthew Allswanger kick it.
And he got it. It's good. That's a great extra point kick. And the score is now 31-20. Jumbo's within 11 points. But you know what's interesting? It could have been a 10-point game had they gone for the extra point earlier back in that first half. If you recall, they went for an extra point when they scored their 2nd touchdown. Or they went for the 2-point conversion. Did not make it. And so now rather than being down 10, they're down 11. And this is a big difference because they could score a touchdown and go for the 3-point field goal if they were within 10, but that missed 2-point conversion attempt really changes the whole dynamic of the game, as the Jumbos will be forced to score 2 touchdowns here if they want to be able to catch up.
Yeah. So Dan, what did you think? What was the turning point of that drive for you?
Well, it's really just the playmaking ability of McDonald there. I mean, after a couple of plays where he gets the first down, but it gets called back, he says, all right, I guess I have to do it myself, and he gets the 44-yard run.
Yeah, he looks at his guys. He says, "Hey guys, I'm taking off. You guys better watch out." And then he runs it up, and he gets the first down, and that sets up Sanders for the score. And we're going to see the Jumbos kicking off from the 50. We're going to see if the Jumbo special teams can use this field position advantage and capitalize right here. We saw with the punt earlier, they couldn't capitalize. Here's the kickoff. It's going to go out the back, and with a chance to pin the Mammoths deep in their own territory, the Jumbos give them a touchback instead. So the Jumbo special teams unable to convert on these opportunities.
25-yard line.
And Amherst gets it at their own 25, as the touchback we saw a few years ago was moved up to the 25-yard line on kickoffs. So we're going to see Amherst get the ball here at the 25 with 2 minutes and 17 seconds here to go in the third quarter.
So Ollie Eberth coming out for the snap. He's 10 for 15 on pass attempts today, throwing for 157 yards as he looks to tag onto that total.
Yep, Eberth and Figueroa in the backfield. Has a man in motion. Eberth's going to another man in motion, number 11 coming in motion. Eberth fakes the give to Figueroa. Eberth's going to be wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage, and the Jumbo's defensive line really winning at the point of attack here. You love to see it.
That's now 10 rushing attempts on the day for Eberth. Eberth, Hickey, and Figueroa, the three amigos over here. All three of them each have 10 rushing attempts. So the three of them doing a pretty good job of switching things up, keeping that rushing attack balanced throughout, not really leaning on one man too much, and really doing a good job of keeping the Jumbos on their toes. Don't know who's going to get the ball.
Yeah, as we're going to see Eberth here with Figueroa in the backfield in the I formation. Heavy on the right side. Takes the give. It's a rollout for Eberth. Looking downfield. Throws it up. Nothing doing on the throwaway there by Eberth. Didn't have a wide receiver open. He had 11, Bo Berluti, I guess, who was the intended receiver. But it's 3rd and 10 here, Daniel. What do you want to look for if you're the Jumbos or the Mammoths? Give us one perspective.
Well, I think the Mammoths might go for another pass here, but the Jumbos just have to stay disciplined here.
So the Mammoths are going to look for the pass. Eberth has Hickey to his right, 2 receivers to his right. We're going to see what Eberth draws up, as this is a big play for both sides. Eberth steps up in the pocket, looking downfield. Throws it up for 15.
And that's a catch.
And it's a big catch there for Craig Carmelini there. A big first down as a huge completion for Eberth. Eberth showing his ability to float the ball downfield. Eberth deadly on those deep balls.
And Tufts has had a few chances this afternoon to get stops on 3 and out, but they just haven't been able to convert the stops on 3rd down.
Yeah, that was a really tough break for the Jumbos, but huge momentum shifter for the Mammoths as they push the ball into Jumbo's territory. Eberth threading the needle there, dropping a dime exactly where he wanted it. And we're going to see Eberth here in the backfield, in the eye, takes the snap, fakes the give to Hickey, rolls out to the left. He's just going to keep it himself. He's going to be brought down inside Jumbo's territory at the 40-yard line. As we're approaching the end of the 3rd quarter here.
Greg Holt on the stop for the Jumbos.
Greg Holt with the stop. And we're going to see what the Mammoths do here. 2nd and 7 on a gain of 3.
About 30 seconds left in this 3rd quarter.
As the Jumbo's crowd is roaring, they need a stop here. 2nd and 7, Eberth takes it. Give this to Hickey. Hickey bounces outside, and gain of 2. The small yardage gain there for the Mammoths.
Tufts has been doing better on these stops on the running plays, but it's just these passes from Eberth that have been killing them. They're going to need a stop here as we're approaching the 4th quarter and still down by 2 scores.
Yeah, and that's going to be the end of the 3rd, and here we are entering the 4th quarter. The score is Amherst Mammoths 31, Tufts Jumbos 20. Amherst has the ball at the Tufts 37, and will be facing a 3rd and 5.
All right, so Daniel, that wraps up your first quarter of the year, your first training quarter of commentary. So thanks for joining us. You did a great job today, and we look forward to having you more on future broadcasts.
Do you have any sign-offs, any last words for the fans?
Just thanks. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you,
All right,
Daniel.
All right, Tom. So now we're going into the final quarter of play here, and the Jumbos have an 11-point deficit they're going to have to try to surmount. What do you think they got to do in order to catch up?
Well, if they want to catch up, they're going to have to strike quick.
Father is out in the stands. Please report to the football press box.
We're looking for the Jumbos defense to really tighten up here. If the Mammoths score again, if the Mammoths score another touchdown, this game could be out of hand. But we really need to, the Jumbos need to get a stop here. If they can limit the Mammoths to 3 points, that'll still keep it a 2-score game for the Jumbos.
Yeah, I think Jumbos might want to keep giving the ball to Andrew Sanders, the running back. He's got 86 rushing yards today on only 6 attempts, so he's averaging over 14 yards per run. Why not just keep giving it to him? You know, he's doing a great job. Keep counting on him.
Okay, here we go. We got Eberth and Hickey in the backfield. 2 receivers to his right. Eberth drops back. Addix pushes down. Pass complete there over JP Garcia. That's another completion to number 11, Bo Berluti.
And Eberth doing a really good job on these downfield deep throws today. We've seen a few times that the Tufts defensive backs doing a pretty good job of playing tight coverage on their man, and Eberth only really has a couple inches to work with in terms of if he's going to get that throw off and get the completion, but he's really threading the needle and really putting that ball exactly where he needs to. He doesn't have a lot of margin for error on these throws, but he doesn't really need a lot of margin of error because, as we've seen today, he's incredibly accurate so far.
His standard deviation on this passes is pretty good. Really low error bars on these graphs. So we're going to see Eberth and Hickey in the backfield, man in motion. Give this to Hickey. Hickey bounces it outside, has a lane. Hickey's going to be brought down at the 10 by the Jumbos defender. I believe that was number 20. Tyler Scales, sorry. A big stop there as Hickey, the powerful running back, the complement to Figueroa's speed. They're able to be stopped there with one tackler, whereas usually it takes more than one to bring down Hickey.
So now it's 2nd and 7. And the Mammoths have the ball on about the 10-yard line. They could look to throw, they could look to pass, they could look to run.
Yeah, we're going to see Eberth here with Figueroa to his left, man in motion. Split out receivers wide, fakes it. Eberth has a lane, pitches out. Hit, but not stopped there. As we finally see the player wrapped up by the Jumbos defense. The defense looking frustrated. Bo Berluti got the carry there.
And Berluti took a big hit as soon as he got that ball pitched to him. I wasn't sure if he wasn't ready or if he got caught off guard, but the Jumbo defender, it looked like there was it almost looked like a helmet-to-helmet hit. But Berluti doing a really good job of staying composed and taking the hit and pushing through, gaining an extra couple yards after that big piece of contact.
This is a big third down here for the Jumbos. We're going to see it's going to be ball's in Eberth's hands. I'm going to assume he's going to try and throw it. We got the 3 amigos, so Eberth, Figueroa, and Hickey in the backfield. We got a man in motion. Fakes the give. Eberth has it, cuts up the field. He's going to be brought down. It's going to be about the spot of the ball here. And that was Micah Addix with the tackle there. And we're going to see where they spot the ball because a first down here for Amherst really breaks it.
So throughout this game, when we've seen the red zone for Amherst, they've typically given it to Eberth, who's ran it by himself. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns today. With an 11-point lead, does that field goal really make a difference?
I guess that's why we're seeing the Mammoths offense stay out here, because no matter, the field goal keeps it a 2-score game. Even if they turn it over, it's bad field position for the Jumbos. Eberth's snap goes over Eberth's head, ball's on the ground. Eberth slides on it, and that's a huge play for the Jumbos. That's going to change the momentum, give the Jumbos great field position. As we saw the snapper, the center for the Mammoths was not looking prepared. And that's going to be Tufts football on the 25-yard line. A great shift there. Obviously, even if Tufts was able to stop the Mammoths on that play, they would have had it at about their own 7-5-yard line. But there, with the botched snap, Tufts gets it at their own 25, a basically 20-yard shift.
So 12 minutes left. The Jumbos still have time. They don't even have to rush it. If they can just, work their way up the field, take a few minutes, get a touchdown, they'll still have, 7, 8, 9 minutes left. Get a turnover and see what they can do here. So
Yeah.
no need to rush it.
You're going to see McDonald fakes the give. McDonald on the keeper, rushes it up the middle for about 3 yards.
Yeah.
I would look for the Jumbos to try and keep a pretty quick tempo offense here, though, as they'll look to keep the momentum going, try and get some energy for them, keep some offensive flow.
Yeah,
you don't want to spend too much time in
You want
between
to limit
plays.
you want to limit the defensive substitutions. If you see a unbalanced formation or formation that you like to work against, you want to keep that defense on the field and keep them tired. So you're going to see McDonald and Sanders in the backfield. McDonald with 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right, takes the snap, give it to Sanders. Sanders with the patience, looking like Le'Veon Bell, drives it up the middle, and a big gain there, 4 or 5 yards there for Sanders.
And Sanders really doing a great job spearheading this rushing attack for the Jumbos today, as he's now eclipsed 90 rushing yards on the day.
Yeah, Sanders looking like he just ate a Snickers bar at halftime, looking much more satisfied, full, and he's out there and he wants more, but he's still hungry. He still wants more rushing yards. As we're going to see McDonald and Sanders in the backfield on a 3rd and 2. Critical conversion here for the Jumbos. Man in motion. McDonald give this to Sanders. Sanders going to plow up the middle, and that's going to be good for a Jumbo's first down, depending on the spot of the ball, but I'm pretty sure they got it.
It looked good to me, Tom.
Yeah, the chain gang is moving, and that's a first down for the Jumbos.
And Sanders picking up that first down. And so now about 70 yards to go until the Jumbos reach Pater. And now Ryan McDonald will have a few options here. Is he going to look to keep handing the ball off? As we've seen, the Jumbos' rushing attack really has been what's been getting their offense going today. They've only gotten 8 pass completions for the day. But at the same time, maybe they're going to have to start mixing up a little bit.
As we're going to see McDonald take the snap, give it to Sanders on the outside, and he's going to be shoved backfield. Big stop there for the Amherst D-line. That was John Callahan with the stop there, number 42.
And there it is. That's 3 plays in a row. The Jumbos give it to Sanders, and I think Amherst is starting to kind of figure out the game plan here.
The Amherst team was talking. They're like, hey, they keep handing it off to the Sanders guy. Maybe we should stop him. And then they did it. They did just that. So now it's 2nd and 13. McDonald and Sanders in the backfield. 2 receivers to McDonald's left, to McDonald's right. Man in motion. McDonald takes the snap, drops back, looking to pass. Good pass protection. Amherst defender comes through. McDonald has to throw it away. Completes the ball, though. That was a great pass by McDonald to see his receiver downfield getting open. I believe that is number 85.
Pass is complete.
Yes, that is number 85.
Jack Donahue.
That's Jack Donahue, one of the backup tight ends there.
And now it's going to be 3rd down and 4 to go.
Yeah, as opposed to facing 3rd and 13, they got a 3rd and 4. Great play under pressure by McDonald. With about 9 minutes left on the clock here, Jumbos need 11 to tie this game.
3rd and 4, typically this is a passing situation, but I wouldn't be surprised if McDonald tries to go for it himself here. Man loves to run the ball.
The kid loves to run. McDonald takes the snap. Amherst defenders reach him almost instantly, are going to bring him down for a sack. Huge player for the Amherst defense there, as the Jumbos offensive line looks completely overwhelmed.
And that's a big stop by Amherst. The Tufts really needed that. They really need to be able to convert and get a score there.
Yeah, here with 8.5 minutes to play, Jumbos punt, down 11. They still need 2 scores, and that means you need to get 2 stops here. We don't know if the Jumbos are going to have enough time to strike again. As we're going to see a punt here from LaPiana. LaPiana boots the kick. It's a low line drive. It's going to bounce into territory. Jumbos are going to want to down it quickly. And the Jumbos down it at the Amherst 27, I believe, 28.
So 8 minutes and 4 seconds left on the clock as Amherst gets the ball back, and it's getting to that point in the game where they're going to just start trying chewing up some time on the clock.
Yeah, the Jumbos have to stop the run here. They know the Mammoths are looking run here, and every first down counts here for the Mammoths. And it's another step closer to ending this game with a win for the Mammoths every first down they get. As we see, Eberth takes the snap, drops back, instantly passes, hits his receiver, falls down for about a 3-yard gain, maybe 4 yards.
So that's James O'Regan on the reception, his 5th reception for the day, and he's got himself 115 receiving yards now.
Yeah,
114 receiving yards.
O'Regan, the target on a lot of those deep balls. As we're going to see 2nd and 6 here. The Jumbos crowd has to get loud, get in the head of the Mammoths offense. As Eberth fakes the give. Eberth wrapped up in the backfield. A huge play there by the Jumbos defense. Big stop there. Way to make the Mammoths lose yards.
Now, Tom, this might be the most important play of the game, as it's 3rd and 6 with just over 7 minutes, 3rd and 10, just over 7 minutes to go. If the Jumbos can get a quick stop on this play, they'll have about 6.5 minutes to try and score 2 touchdowns. But if the Mammoths are able to convert on 1st down here, then you can pretty much just close the book on the game.
Yeah, exactly. So this is a huge play. We're going to see Eberth and Figueroa in the backfield. Eberth takes a snap, drops back to pass, looking downfield, has a man wide open, and that's going to be a 1st down for the Mammoths. And that just might do it, folks. You know, Jumbos might get a few more, might get another chance, but James O'Regan there almost sealing the deal here for the Jumbos. But we're not going to lose hope here at Zimmern Field at the Ellis Oval. We're going to hope for the Jumbos here.
And Ollie Eberth, of course, quarterback for Amherst now, probably just licking his chops as he's got the Jumbos right where he wants them. Just over 6.5 minutes left to play. And all Amherst really has to do at this point is just kind of run the clock out, get some small hinky-dinky yards here and there, keep pounding on 1st yards. Between him and Hickey and Figueroa, all they got to just do is just run the ball, as we'll see another run play here.
Give to Figueroa and a big bring down there from the Jumbos defensive line. They're playing angry. They know they just squandered the opportunity to give their offense another chance. So they're going to try to push the Mammoths back as far as they can.
And the Jumbos, of course, as you said, playing angry at this point, doing everything they can to try and maybe force a fumble, get the ball back. They really need a change of momentum here, because this is a big game. If they lose this game, they've only got 2 weeks left, and as they're already down 2 games in the standings in 4th place, a loss here will just about end their hopes of a NESCAC championship. So
yeah, Jumbos pass rush. Ollie Eberth steps up. Eberth's going to carry for about 7 or 8 yards there, make it a manageable 3rd and 3 here for the Mammoths.
Eberth on the carry for Amherst. Steve DiCenzo on the stop for the
And Steve DiCenzo, one of the Tufts defensive captains there, getting the stop.
It's a gain of 8. It'll be 3rd.
It's going to be 3rd and 3 here for the Mammoths. Huge, you know, this is, we talked about that previous 3rd down being the critical turning point of the game. This might also be just as important. If the Mammoths get a 1st down, this might be it. So we're going to see the Tufts defense try to batten down the hatches as Eberth takes a snap, drops back, facing pressure, throws it downfield, has a man, but it falls incomplete. And that's exactly what the Jumbos defense needs to spell them. Get some rest, and they need at least one more stop. And Bo Berluti, the pass was intended for Bo, but it couldn't reach Bo.
So 5 minutes and 3 seconds left on the clock. Amherst are going to have to punt the ball, and the Jumbos are hoping to maybe get a touchdown on the punt return. Maybe get a big play, toss it up. They're not going to have too much time. Even if they get a quick touchdown, you know, only 5 minutes left to score 2 touchdowns. Maybe they'll have to go for an onside kick, and it's not impossible, but definitely not looking good for Tufts.
And Jack Dolan runs it back a little bit, gets a few yards there extra. It looked like the Amherst defender was expecting a fair catch, but Dolan takes off. And we're going to see what McDonald has here for the Jumbos offense. 2 timeouts, 4 minutes and 55 seconds left, down 11. Bobby, if you're McDonald in this situation, what do you do?
I think McDonald's got to throw the ball towards the sidelines, maybe get some out routes. You know, we got to be smart about the time management here. You can't run the ball too much because you only have 5 minutes left. You got to work the clock. But at the same time, if you just chuck it deep every time, it's not going to work. So I'm looking short throws, maybe right up the middle, maybe some out routes, 20-yard gains up the sideline, run out of bounds, as we see him go up the middle here.
To number 6 there, the completion.
That'll be Frank Roche, his 2nd reception of the day. He's now got himself 10 receiving yards. So the clock keeps running, and McDonald will look to keep another pass play going. No huddle offense. They've got to keep moving quickly here. 4.5 minutes left to go.
As we're going to see McDonald here with a man to his right, 2 receivers down, 1 up to his left. Has a man in motion. The snap comes off. McDonald looking downfield, feels the pressure, steps up, he's going to run it. He's going to fall forward for a 1st down.
And McDonald putting the ball down. It looked like he might have had a 1st down, but they're going to double check that there.
Yeah, it was first down in college. When you get a first down, it stops the clock. So McDonald looking downfield. Incomplete pass will also stop the clock. About 4 minutes left here for McDonald on the Tufts 30. They need 2 scores. They got 2 timeouts. He was looking for Dolan, couldn't find him. 2nd and 10 for the Jumbos here. We're going to see what the Jumbos can do, what the Jumbos can muster up here against the Mammoths.
Top receiver today for the Jumbos would be Dan DeLeon, 3 receptions for 60 yards, and Jack Dolan also 3 receptions for 54 yards. So 2 top targets for the Jumbos, and McDonald will look to maybe hit one of them going deep.
McDonald rolling out to the right, floats it up to his receiver. 25 carries it forward. Every yard is important here as the first down will stop the clock. As number 25, Mike Pedrini, a name we haven't called in a while, able to get forward for another first down.
So Pedrini, his 5th reception of the day, and you see as he catches that, he looked to try and cut out to the sideline, maybe try and run it out of bounds, but didn't really have the space. Tried to push forward, get as many yards as he could, and now the Jumbos are on the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, just under 4 minutes to go.
Clock resumes. Jumbos are going here in a hurry-up offense. McDonald here looking downfield. Fakes the give. Good block. There's a hold on the play as McDonald avoids a rusher. Looking downfield. Just chucks it up. 2 Mammoths in the way. And incomplete. Intended for Daniel DeLeon.
Nice job by McDonald evading the pressure. He had him in right on his rear. But McDonald doing a great job showing his mobility in the pocket. Chucked it deep. Lucky he didn't get picked off there because he really just threw it right up, way up in the air. Had 2 defenders. Really not a smart throw. But as we see the flag, it's a holding call, and that will send it back.
Yeah, Pedrini with the hold there. The running back not prepared to play pass protect against the ferocious Mammoth defensive line. The Mammoths really penetrating there and getting to McDonald quick. We're going to need to see the Jumbos offensive line really step up as it's 1st and 20 here, pushing the Jumbos back. 3.5 minutes to go here. So we're going to see what McDonald does here. Dropping back to pass. Good protection from the line. Amherst defender's in his face. Avoids the tackle. He's going to tuck it under, keep it for himself as he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. And there's a flag down. Brought down by 48, Andrew Summer there. So we're going to see the flag down. This is an important call here. It looked to be in the 2nd level of the defense. So it could really be anything, but maybe a penalty on the Mammoths.
And again, you got to give credit to the rushing attack from the Mammoth defense, really putting a lot of pressure on McDonald. And there's a reason McDonald hasn't really been able to do too much in the air today. It's because the Mammoths have done a great job breaking through the offensive line, breaking through that barrier of offensive tackles, offensive guards, and really getting to McDonald, forcing him to run around the pocket, forcing him to scramble. And McDonald's doing a good job of keeping his patience, of following his blocks, getting out of bounds, doing a good job with the time management. But it's just tough when you put the pressure on the quarterback to run.
Yeah, as we're going to see McDonald here inside Mammoth territory. Handoff to a Jumbo player who was looking to pass. Number 12 gets out of bounds. There looks to be some... Oh, McDonald. The give was to McDonald in motion. That's why he was looking to pass. My bad. There seemed to be Jumbos were looking for a late hit penalty, but no flags were thrown. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Interesting that McDonald didn't get out of bounds there.
So I'm looking for McDonald going. I'm looking for an out route right here.
Yeah, so McDonald.
Look to the sideline. There it is.
That's a first down. Got to get out of bounds. Makes a cut. Escapes another. And he kept going. There's inside the 10-yard line.
And that's Frank Roche. 3rd reception of the day for Frank Roche as McDonald sits Roche right on the sideline. Roche takes it up the side, runs it up, gets about to the 10-yard line or so before he manages to escape out of bounds. Stops the clock at 2 minutes, 22 seconds.
Yeah, if the Jumbos get in the end zone here, they still have the 2-minute warning as some time goes back on the clock here. Right? No, time going down on the clock.
Yeah, they didn't stop the clock. Interesting call.
As McDonald drops back, needs to get in the end zone. Finds Pedrini. Pedrini able to stop the clock at 2 minutes and 1 second here.
So the Jumbos will have one more playoff before they are able to take advantage of the 2-minute warning. Perfect timing.
Yeah, Pedrini there with a smart, almost fell down in bounds but didn't.
Oh, and they're going to play through the 2-minute warning. There seems to be some confusion about what's going on with the clock here. And Jumbos are not very happy right now.
Yeah, the fans are angered. I would be too. I don't know what's going on.
It looked like the clock didn't stop because Pedrini. It looked like he almost took a step back.
Oh.
He was going backwards. It seemed as he went out of bounds.
Yeah. Well, McDonald needs to get in the end zone here as he just drills it into the ground there, with a minute and a half to play.
So time will not be going back on the clock. It seems.
Yeah, that was a very confusing sequence. It was intended for Daniel De Leon, but McDonald kind of threw it into the ground there. As it's 3rd and 8, obviously Jumbos can take a field goal here, but they would much prefer to get in the end zone.
They're down 11 points. A field goal doesn't really do them any good. Well, I suppose if they hit the 2-point conversion, they could look for that.
So
they might have to.
If they get in the end zone, they're definitely going to go for 2, I think.
It's going to come down to whether or not they can hit the convert on the onside kick.
Yeah. So
and then they'll still have work to do.
Steps up. And he's going to fall forward for a few, and there's going to be a late flag. This flag is pivotal.
McDonald on the carry for the Jumbos. There is a flag on the play.
As we're going to await the call here, McDonald doesn't see anything. The Mammoth pressure gets right in his face again, up in his grill, and he is unable to do anything with it.
And it is a face mask call on the defense, and that's a big break for the Jumbos.
Yeah.
So that's going to bring them a first down.
Yeah, that's an automatic first down for the Jumbos. They get another chance to get in the end zone. But with a minute and a half to play here, time is critical. The Jumbos have to strike and strike quick if they want to have another chance here.
Indeed, it could be too little, too late.
For McDonald and the boys. As we're going to see McDonald here with Pedrini in the backfield. Pedrini, the back with the better hands. Maybe he's going to look for him. McDonald drops back. Bounces it outside. Ooh. Throws it.
That's going to be ruled an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
Intended for, it looked like Jack Dolan. And Dolan picked it up off the bounce. He thought it was maybe a backwards pass.
Yeah,
he tried to play it, but it was ruled an incomplete pass.
Yeah, McDonald. All he had to do was call skipsies, and it would have counted. But he didn't call it. He didn't call it on the bounce, so nothing happened there. It's an incomplete pass. As the time keeps ticking, as we got 1 minute and 15 seconds for the Jumbos here. They've kind of resigned themselves to the onside kick if they score.
Do you think they should just take the field goal now and just give themselves more time?
I don't think so. I think you got to go for the points here. As McDonald feels the pressure,
there
he hits his man. That's a big Jumbos touchdown.
And that's Jack Dolan, yep.
Jack Dolan leading the team in receiving touchdowns as we see his celebration there.
Second receiving touchdown of the day for Dolan.
Dolan running the slant route just slices the Mammoths. And we're going to see, obviously, the Jumbos offense hopefully stay on the field.
As they don't have to go for the 2-point conversion.
That's true.
They don't have to. They could go for a field goal, but then they're required to get a touchdown.
Exactly. So if I'm Coach Savetti, I think you go for 2.
You have to go for 2. It doesn't make a difference. 4 versus 5 points, it doesn't matter. If you get the 2-point conversion, you can hit the field goal, and it's a different story here.
Yeah, this is a huge play here for the Jumbos. Man in motion. McDonald drops back, looking, feeling the pressure. Steps up, avoids the sack. Steps up, he's going to rush.
He tried to take it himself. He's brought down, but he puts his hand forward. He thinks he got it, but there is some debate on the field. And it looks like the referees will say it is no good.
No good. Yeah, football, a game of inches, truly there. McDonald's knee was down before he was able to stretch the ball out. And so here, the Jumbos are bringing out their hands team. Mammoths are bringing out their hands team. This is where Jumbo's special teams and Mammoth special teams square off. In the play of the game, we're going to see the Jumbos onside kick here.
And again, that missed 2-point conversion from the first half coming back into play here. If they had taken that field goal, it'd be a 3-point game here. They wouldn't have to go for the touchdown. But now, even if the Jumbos convert on the onside kick, they will be required to score a touchdown.
And another key play of the game, let's think about that timeout that the Jumbos took early in the third quarter. We'll give credit to Daniel. Daniel brought up the fact that the Jumbos took that early timeout and really shot themselves in the foot, only leaving them with 2 timeouts. You know, I know there's not a lot of time on the clock, but with 3 timeouts, you can stop the ball after each of 3 hopefully unsuccessful plays for the Mammoths and get the ball back on a punt. But here they have to rely on the onside kick. As we're going to see, the Jumbo season comes down to this play. If they miss this onside kick, they're knocked out of the chance at an SCAC championship.
Yeah, see, there's no postseason, so.
This is definitely a high pressure situation.
Yeah, Jumbo's crowd silent. There's the kick. It's going to bounce.
And the Jumbos have gotten the onside kick.
The Jumbos are on the ball. Let's see the ref signal. Jumbo's crowd thinks they have it, obviously.
The Jumbo sideline going crazy. They think they got it. It looked like it might have gone out of bounds.
Yeah, let's see. And it's recovered by the Jumbos.
Recovered by Tufts. How about that, Tom? Wow, indeed.
And the Jumbos now have a minute to work. A minute and 11 seconds to get down the field and score. 1 touchdown here is all the Jumbos need, but the Mammoths defense has something else to say.
Let's give some credit to Matthew Allswanger, the kicker for Tufts. And you know, you practice that onside kick in practice, but you know what? No matter how many reps you get in practice, you can't rehearse the pressure of a situation like this. The whole season on the
drops
line.
back, throws over the middle,
and it's a pick.
And it's intercepted instantly. And just like that, the Jumbo season comes to a close as miscommunication between McDonald and his receiver.
Wow, absolutely speechless, Tom.
You can just,
and
the air deflate
I don't know
out
if
of
we
the
can
stadium.
get a replay of that, but you see just a look of, as soon as he intercepted that ball, you just see a look of dejection on the Tufts players, and man, that's why, I mean, it's a tough situation, but that's why we love sports. Just as soon as they converted that onside kick, there was just so much emotion and energy and so much hope. And then seconds later, just a complete shocking turn of momentum.
Yeah, this is why we play the game, and this is why we love to watch it. And we're going to see the Jumbo's defense has to create something here. This is all about ball security. A minute left. The Jumbos are going to take their timeouts.
And you know, it's not completely over yet. As you know, they do have 2 timeouts. They just burned 1. So now it's second down. If they can get another quick stop, call another timeout, they'll be out of timeouts. But then if they can get a quick stop, maybe they'll have 20 seconds or so left on the clock.
There might be enough for a Hail Mary or something, but nothing quite like the opportunity that they just had right there. And McDonald and the receiver just weren't on the same page. They gotta be kicking themselves because they had the chance there to go down and strike and score and win. But the Jumbos just handed the ball back to Amherst and potentially handed the game to Amherst here.
And that's just truly heartbreaking. And you can see the look of you could just see these players on the sideline for Tufts, and they got their heads hanging, and they're trying to stay positive, but at this point, there's just not a whole lot they can do.
And that's going to be the game as Hickey bursts up the middle and gets brought down inside Jumbo's territory at the 22-yard line, 22-yard line. Sorry about that.
Tufts burns through their last timeout, but at this point, no, they're just going to let it play through. It would have been irrelevant.
Yeah, Hickey bursts up the middle, and that's going to be the game.
And they're just going to let the clock run out here as we'll
Amherst enters victory formation as they keep their NESCAC hopes alive.
likely see Ollie Eberth take one more knee.
Yeah.
So that'll do it pretty much for the Jumbos as they will now fall to 4-3, and that ends their hopes of a NESCAC championship here.
And we'll see entering victory formation. Kneels down. Maybe the ball fell out, but I doubt it. I think his knee was down. You know, and Amherst will improve to 6-1, and Tufts is going to take a timeout, but it's not going to matter here, and we're going to bring this game to a close here very shortly as Amherst enters victory formation. They're just going to keep kneeling it down.
So now Amherst will compete with Middlebury, who entered today also 5-1, as well as Trinity, who entered today 6-0 for a potential NESCAC championship.
Yeah, I believe Amherst hosts Trinity in a few weeks, I want to say. I don't know the schedule off the top of my head, but that'll just about do it there. As we bring to a close here at Zimmern Field, Ellis Oval, final score 26 for the Tufts Jumbos, 31 for the Amherst Mammoths. Mammoths go on top here, improving their season record to 6-1, and the Jumbos and Coach Savetti fall to 4-3.
That is the end of the game with the final score.
As the teams line up, we're going to bring this broadcast to a close. On behalf of my colleague Bobby Lovich, I'm Tom Jazanowski. We're going to thank you for joining us today, and I hope you have a lovely Halloween weekend, and stay safe out there.